People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Better be. So go get a Kleenex. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
This is a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation. Queen Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by Ayers Furniture, Bitech Resource Management, Claire Bank, Fuller's Milker Center, Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Platteville, Les Mack, Northland Buildings, Reeves Wealth Management, Raleigh Cheese House, Russell Law Offices, The Shoebox, Tricor Insurance, West End Salvage, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Sloan Implements, Sups, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Gary's Pest Control, TriStar Pallets and TriStar Mulch, Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best, Baus Electric, Cuba City Collision and Repair, Laley Center Monroe, H&N Plumbing, Heating and Electrical, Community First Bank, Grant Regional Health Center, Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty, Lancaster Dental Associates, Millie's Diner, Pink's Automotive, Good Knees Garage, Point and Flush Sportsman's Club, Rosemeyer Management Group, Breckler Insurance, McNett Electric, Mound City Bank, Ready Feed and Grain LLC, Southwest Health, and WCC Brands.
The upset sectional will crown its champion tonight. Good evening, football fans, and welcome to WIAA Playoff Football on 97.7 Country WGLR, WGLR.com, the 97.7 Country WGLR mobile app, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical in Laley Center, Monroe. From Potosi High School, this is the Division 7 Sectional Championship. The 5th seed, Cashton Eagles, and the 3rd seed, Potosi Cassville, ranked 2nd in Division 7. The winner tonight plays Coleman or Kenosha St. Joseph in the state semifinal next weekend. From the Ayers Furniture Best Seat in the House, I'm Steve Prestigard along with Wally Troughton. And this Division 7 sectional is the only one in which neither the number 1 seed nor the number 2 seed is playing tonight. And these two teams are why. Potosi Cassville went to Johnson Creek last week and knocked off the 2nd seed Blue Jays 48-28, while Cashton got its 2nd straight win over a higher seed by beating the highest seed Blackhawk Warren 34-28 1 week ago. Wally, neither of these teams won their conference, but they are still playing, and their conference champions are not.
Well, at the same token, Potosi was sailing all the way along throughout the year as the number 2 ranked team in the state, and the only game they lost was to the eventual conference champion Blackhawk Warren in a real good ball game. Very exciting game that I was down for. And the same thing runs really up there with Cashton up in their league. I mean, they ran into a pretty good Bangor team, and that's one of the teams that they had to get by, and they did that earlier in the year. They did lose to them earlier in the year, but then they got by Brookwood in the playoffs, which was a big win for them, and of course they shut them out. And now again, coming up here with another higher seed.
Which is the Brookwood thing is interesting to see that they lost to Bangor is not, that's not a shocker necessarily, although Bangor got knocked off last week, but they lost to Brookwood, but then turned around and beat them. In fact, shut them out on the road for the first game. But again, as far as Cashton goes, beating the number 1 seed, and if they had done the playoffs, the polls one more week, I have to think Blackhawk Warren would have been ranked at least 2nd where Potosi Cassville was. But again, these two teams are here, and the teams that won their conferences, and in the case of Cashton, playing one of the great teams in the state, they're not here.
I'll come back and I'll throw the other thing back out there. It's why they call this the 2nd season. Because the season that you played and you worked your way to be able to get to a point to be in the playoffs, but then it is a 2nd season. And whatever happened before, you can throw out. You really can. And I've seen that over the years. I don't care what school it is, what team it is. You'll find that people will call them upsets, but, I remember one year when Platteville had to play Dodgeville 3 times before they moved on in the playoffs.
Why, yes, 2013 that was.
And it's crazy that you end up and have to do that. You lose to a team, and then you come back and you beat them twice.
Well, that'll never happen again because that was a couple of playoff formats ago. But at any rate, this is going to be a game of 2 teams also that really, really like to run the football. And in the case of the Chieftains, as good a program as they have been for so many years, I'm not sure that they've ever had a running attack quite like this. Hunter White, 10 yards a carry, and Riverstar, 7.8 yards a carry. They don't pass very much because it's pretty obvious they don't have to when you're averaging between 8 and 10 yards every time you hand the ball off.
But at the same token, they do throw the ball, and they throw the ball well when they throw it. I mean, all you have to do is turn around and take a look at Ben Infield. You know, he's got over 300 yards in receiving, and he was getting 20 yards a catch. So, I mean, can they throw the ball? Yes, they can. And last week, one of the big plays was throwing the football to Hunter White. In fact, he did score what ended up being a touchdown that put him ahead, that put the game out of reach.
They're having the People's State Bank coin toss even as we speak. This would be probably a good time to also point out the colors of the game, which are presented by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental, 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Well, the Chieftains have worn maroon and gold. They've worn white last week, and now they are in black from head to toe with gold numbers and gold helmets. And Cashton with their road white jerseys, though they have dark red shoulders and dark red helmets and white pants. On the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox and Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Again, the winner of this game will play the winner of the game in Kenosha between Coleman and Kenosha St. Joseph. And obviously, if Potosi Cassville wins and Kenosha St. Joseph wins that game, that would be a rematch of last year's state semifinal. Also in Division 7, Hilbert is at Oshkosh Lords, and Boyceville is at Cochran Fountain City. Those are both 2-1 matchups. In Division 6, the game we have, Belleville, the number 7 seed, at number 1 seed Darlington. That's on X1071. That winner will play Cedar Grove, Belgium, or Manitowoc Lutheran. The other 2 games, Bondwell at Edgar and Mondovi at Eau Claire Regis. Also, then in Division 5, New Glarus, number 3 seed, co-champion of the SWC, is at number 1 seed Lake Country Lutheran. That winner will take on either Amherst, which ended Lancaster's season, or Mayville. And so who did win the People's State Bank coin toss?
Cashton won the toss. They've elected to defer. Potosi will receive the opening kickoff, and it will be going from left to right.
All right, well, it is time now for the Raleigh Cheese pregame show, presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County.
And don't forget the cheese, even though RJ and I did forget the cheese one time.
That's on you. We'll be back after this on 97.7 Country WGLR.
Pregame 1.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code COOL to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code COOL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code COOL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Pregame 1.
Welcome to the Raleigh Cheese pregame show on 97.7 Country WGLR. It is sectional championship football. Cashton, the 5 seed, and Potosi Cassville, the number 3 seed. And we're joined by Cashton coach Jared Hemmersbach. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations to get up there, because you've been playing with house money for a couple of weeks. You go on the road, get a win. Then last week you go on the road and beat the number 1 seed.
Yeah, it's been a super exciting ride for us, really dating back to the last 2 games of our regular season where, they're conference games that we were able to shut out. And then, we kind of got where we're going to play in our seeding. And, we were going to be on the road if we were going to do anything the rest of the playoffs. So, and that's how it started with Brookwood and then Blackhawk last week.
And the thing that's interesting about your season is you haven't exactly gone through it unscathed, because you got beat at the beginning of the season, you lost to Bangor, but you're still in it. You also lost to Brookwood, and you got revenge for that, obviously. You're still in it, and those teams aren't.
Yeah, and I think, it's funny how a football season shapes itself and shapes a team, and I really think those games and those parts of the season has really made us come together and, super focused on what we have to do.
Okay, so when things are going well for you, what would you say, what are you guys doing?
We don't have just one guy. I think, the unity of this team, the way they just play together as a unit has been really special. I mean, we played and had some really good teams in the past that have, a few really outstanding athletes. And in this group of guys, really it's our 18 guys that are, kind of suited up on varsity. And, boy, they are just playing really well, and they just don't want it to end.
What was the key to beating Blackhawk Warren last week?
It's funny because, nobody outside of maybe inside our team, so the expectation wasn't there, and we just played football. We played really good football that night. We capitalized on some mistakes, and we were able to execute, offensively and got the stops that we needed down the line. But I think it was just no pressure, go play high school ball, and we sure did a nice job of that last week.
The thing that was crazy is I looked at the stats, and they had like a 2-to-1 edge in yardage over you guys, but obviously they did have the 2 turnovers, and you guys obviously made plays, and they didn't.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple short fields that we took advantage of that put points on the board, and you have to do that in this level of playoffs, and we were able to do that. And then, as the game went along, it was just getting the stops when we needed to get stops. In between the 20s, they moved the ball, but I thought we buckled down when we needed to, and then towards that last drive when we, it was all, throwing they had to do, so you kind of made them one-dimensional, and that made it a little bit easier.
Okay, so now it's Potosi Cassville. Played them 4 years ago. Not that anybody around at that point was on the teams, obviously. But what is the challenge with the Chieftains? What do you feel are the Rosemeyer Wealth Management keys to the game?
Well, just having that state appearance last year, a lot of experience, and then they're just so athletic, and they got some good size, some really good linemen. So, they're explosive, and we're going to have to limit it, kind of like we did last week. Bend but don't break defense, and just cannot give up the big play.
All right, thanks a lot. Good luck today.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Jared Hammersbach, the Cashton coach, back with more after this on 97.7 Country WGLR.
Pregame 2.
What are you doing out there?
Come on!
I saw you at the game the other night. Yeah, you.
All right, Mark Seeger in 3,
acting like we're all out
2,
there making $1 million a game.
1.
Let me be real with you. This isn't the pros. It's school sports, and it's a game, our game. So please, let us play.
School sports fans, remember, when you cheer for your team, make noise for the right reasons. This message presented by the NFHS and the NIAAA.
And all student athletes in Wisconsin.
Are you tired of feeling tired? Struggling with poor sleep and breathing issues at night? It's time to take control of your health. Join Dr. Dale Chilson, board-certified ENT specialist, for a free seminar and complimentary meal on Thursday, November 13th, starting at noon at Grant Regional Health Center. Learn more about sinusitis, snoring, sleep apnea, allergies, and headaches, and see what solutions are right for you. Register online at grantregional.com/sinus or call 608-723-1379. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
Pregame 2.
Raleigh Chiefs pregame show continues on 97.7 Country WGLR. Cashton and Potosi Cassville. And, well, it used to be called Level 3. Now it's the Sectional Championship. We're joined by Potosi Cassville coach Mark Seeger. Thanks for joining us. What is interesting about tonight, two teams had to go on the road, so they were the lower seeds, but you got the win over Johnson Creek. They got the win over Blackhawk Warren. So talk first about how you guys were able to beat the Blue Jays.
As far as us and how we matched up with them, I thought, we could move the ball on them just because our line is, we have some big fellas that are able to change the line of scrimmage right off the bat. And so we were able to do that and establish our running game and then throw in some passes when we wanted to. And they scared us, though. I mean, we got off to an 18-0 lead, and then they marched right back, took the lead, and and then we didn't hit a panic button or anything. The kids really responded well, but it took our A game, that's for sure. You can't not have your A game now at this time of year. So
yeah, definitely. And the thing that's interesting about what you've done, you're 2 steps away from repeating a state trip. From what I determined, you had 1 offensive starter back from last year. You did have some guys who played, but they were not starters. They were not your quarterback, not your top 2 running backs or receivers or anything like that. But obviously this group, all you had to do is plug them in and they performed, right?
Well, I wish it was that easy. I mean, these kids have been waiting in the wings just like a lot of other classes have done, and they work their tail off in the off season. And we start it in December, and it doesn't stop until it's basically a year-round strength conditioning program that these kids are taking advantage of, and that really, really helps them gain some physical strength and confidence, and just the overall, just will to not ever give up because I have so much time invested in this. So, and the kids see it, and they're waiting in the wings, like I said, and waiting for them to get their turn. And so it's a developmental thing, and it's a good spot for our program, and I'm really proud of this group. It's a great group of guys. It's a really fun group.
Okay. So now you get Cashton. I think I figured out that this is the 10th time that they have played a team in the postseason, either from the Six Rivers or before that the Blackhawk or also the State Line League. You played them, of course, 4 years ago. We did that game. What about the Eagles? Looks like a challenge. What do you feel will be the Rosemeyer Wealth Management keys to the game?
Well, they're for sure a level 3 team. So I know that they didn't get seeded, as high as they probably would have liked, but man, on film, they are a level 3 team. They're physical up front. They're quick. They have some really, really nice backs, and they put us into some conflicts defensively. And then defensively, they just fly around. They remind us a lot of us. So, I mean, as far as how they enjoy playing defense and just get after it at the line of scrimmage, and I don't know, they're a scrappy team. So they're definitely a worthy opponent. We have to stay away from turnovers and doing all those cliche things. Limit big plays, stay away from turnovers, be really big on first downs, put them into obvious down and distances, and hopefully pare down their playbook a little bit. But they're a good outfit.
All right, thanks a lot tonight.
Thank you, Steve.
Mark Siegert, the Potosi Cassville coach. We'll be back with more from Potosi after these messages on 97.7 Country WGLR.
In Game 1.
Winter is heating up at the Kohl Center. Wisconsin men's and women's hockey are off to a strong start, and Badger men's and women's basketball is officially back on the hardwood. Experience the energy, the rivalries, and the traditions that make Wisconsin athletics special. For schedules and tickets, visit uwbadgers.com or call 1-800-GO-BADGERS. That's uwbadgers.com or 1-800-GO-BADGERS. We'll see you at the Kohl Center.
Hi, this is Doug Dolter with Dubuque Mattress. Mattresses are not something that you should have to unbox and set up yourself. Frankly, they're cumbersome. That's why at Dubuque Mattress, we deliver, set up, and get rid of the old mattress for you. And it's not just for people in Dubuque. We deliver just about anywhere. Chicago, Des Moines, Minneapolis, Kansas City, or anywhere in between. So, when it's time for you to get a new mattress, let Dubuque Mattress take care of all of it for you. Dubuque Mattress, for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
In Game 1.
Carey Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school playoff football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on 97.7 Country WGLR and our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, where live and archive coverage is powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, Electrical, and Laley Center, Monroe. We are broadcasting from the Ayers Furniture Best Seat in the House.
How come you got the nicer recliner?
Because I showed up at the right time. We're right on the 50-yard line, too. That's
a big part.
Yeah. As I said, we're broadcasting from the Ayers Furniture Best Seat in the House in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Ayers Furniture in downtown Ridgeway for free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home for what's sure to be the best seat in your house. Be sure to visit Ayers Furniture at ayersfurniture.com. Our injury report brought to you by Russell Law Offices. If you've been injured, contact Russell Law Offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit russelllaw.wi.com. There is one player out for Cashton. Graham Hemmersbach, who goes on both sides of the ball. He has 2 interceptions this year. He has 7 catches and 35 rushes for 210 yards, but not tonight. He got hurt in the win over Blackhawk Warren. Potosi Cassville is all ready to go. A couple of players got banged up, but they will be playing regardless. Our exclusive turf and weather report brought to you by Dewey's Tire Repair. For all your farm, auto, and truck tire sales and service needs, the best place to take a leak, Dewey's Tire Repair in Platteville. The game time temperature, 48 degrees, but in keeping with what you usually see this time of year, my weather app says it feels like it's 41. And the wind is out of the northwest at 15 miles an hour. That might have some interesting impacts in kicking the ball and also in passing it, especially with a crosswind like that, but they're going to have to live with it. This is what you get in, as the old phrase goes, football weather. Speaking of the Badgers, which you heard a moment ago, they are hosting Northern Illinois tonight. That is coming up in a few minutes on AM 1590 WPVL. Our game tonight brought to you by Midwest Motorsports. Visit their showroom in Kieler for parts, service, and your next ride. See their inventory at MidwestMotorsportsOnline.com. Midwest Motorsports in Kieler. Mountain City Bank's Total Line of Credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop into Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC, to the Equal Housing Lender. Learn more at MountainCityBank.com. Worko Transportation for employment opportunities or to plan your next getaway. Visit WorkoTransportation.com. Worko Transportation in Bloomington. Pioneer Ag in Lancaster congratulates the Cassville Potosi football team on a great season. For all your hauling needs and your Dairyland seed dealer, Pioneer Ag in Lancaster. J&J's Sandbar in Cassville proudly congratulates the Potosi Cassville football team on an amazing season. Your hard work and teamwork made the community proud. Hopefully that's present tense and not past tense. Celebrate together at J&J's Sandbar in Cassville. McNett Electric. My face is already freezing. McNett Electric in Belmont can assist you with all your electrical needs. Whatever they need, agricultural, commercial, or residential, Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call, ready to help you. McNett Electric in Belmont. When we return, Cashton and Potosi Cassville after these messages on 97.7 Country WGLR.
In Game 2.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
In Game 2.
Our game tonight is also
if you could get to the right page.
I know. It's tough to do with gloves. That's the problem. We're brought to you by Community First Bank, for the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, CFBank.com, member FDIC. Southwest Health has over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Okies Market in Cassville. Check out Okies, your local Surefine food center, where they'll carry out your groceries too. Okies Market in Cassville. Laley Center in Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Laley Center, Monroe. Tandem Tire in Potosi is ready to prepare your vehicle for winter driving. Get up to $330 back on 4 Goodyear tires. Log on to tandemtire.com for details to schedule an appointment and to find more money-saving fall specials. McCartney Corners would like to congratulate the entire Potosi Cassville football team on an incredible season. Visit McCartney Corners, Highway 133 in Cassville, your 5-star dive bar for great food, great drinks, and great times. As the VFW and Legion bring out the national flag to the PC logo painted at the 50-yard line.
You honor America, and those defending our freedom. We ask those who are able to stand, move your hats, put your hands over your hearts, as a high school band plays our national anthem.
The Potosi High School band with our national anthem, proving once again that regardless of the weather, and it's not easy to play brass instruments in weather like this, but whether sung or played, the national anthem is best performed live. Sub-Zero Spray Foam bringing you tonight's game. Visit SubZeroSprayFoam.com to see how spray foam insulation can enhance your energy savings, air sealing, mold prevention, and more. Sub-Zero Spray Foam in Dickeyville. Shannon Marie Photography, specializing in wedding, senior, and newborn photography, serving the tri-state area. Learn more at shanmariephoto.com. Cruising Kids and Walkers Clothing in Lancaster congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season. Show your hometown pride. Shop local this holiday season. Cruising Kids and Walkers Clothing in Lancaster. Y'all be Tubin wants to congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team on an amazing season. When you're ready for the ultimate tubing adventure, Y'all be Tubin on the Grant River is the #1 tubing experience in Wisconsin. Plan your next adventure today at y'allbetubin.com. Graney Electric in Platteville specializes in residential, agricultural, and commercial wiring for new construction, repairs, and maintenance. You can count on Graney Electric to make your electrical concerns go away. Haverland Heating and Cooling of Hazel Green, your local Carrier dealer with a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable. Call Nick Haverland, Haverland Heating and Cooling. Epic Construction. See Epic Construction for industrial or commercial building projects. Epic Construction, building quality, building trust, building a difference. And by the way, Wally, Holiday Gardens is hosting a craft show tomorrow from 9 to 3. Mark your calendars for the Chicken Dinner Trivia Night, which will be held the night before Thanksgiving. Congrats to the Potosi Cassville seniors who will be playing their final home football game tonight. Holiday Gardens, Potosi.
Holiday Garden, nice event center.
Why, yes, it is. Time for the starting lineups presented by Fuller's Milkers Center. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster and Richland Center and at Fuller'sMilkersCenter.com. Potosi Cassville will get the ball first. Aaron Edge, the quarterback, 3 of 5 for 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. Last week, he's thrown for 775 and 12 touchdowns and 3 interceptions this year. Hunter White, he had a pretty good game last week. 14 carries, 214 yards, 4 touchdowns, and then 2 catches for 97 and 2 touchdowns. In those 6 touchdowns, 31, 45, 76, 14, 46, and 51 yards.
Of course, one of those was a pass reception.
2 of them were pass receptions. Rivers Sars, the other running back, 23 for 178 last season. White has rushed for 1,583 and 19 touchdowns this year. And SARS rushed for 14, 19, and 24 touchdowns this year. The receivers, Drew Richardson, 2 catches for 11 yards last week. And the tight end is Ben Infield. We'll also see Alex Frederick in there. And the offensive line, Connor Robbins, 220 pounds. Connor Emler, 260. Carter Bierman, 270. William Tobin, 250. And Jackson Guiney, 325. William Tobin is the only starter back from the offense last year, and look what they've done this year.
These kids have really worked hard to try to develop themselves to be able to go out and do what they need to do, and they've succeeded at that. One of the things I want to kind of go back on and comment on, you would always talk about how it's nice to have the national anthem played live, or sung live. The other thing that strikes me, I love seeing the colors actually presented, not just to have everything done at the flagpole, but the idea that somebody brings them out and we salute to them. And I salute to the VFW and Legions down in this area.
The Chieftains again wearing black tonight. The defense, by the way, for Cashton up front in the 5-2 defense, Connor Wilkinson, Caleb McCracken, Jack Christensen, Trayton Gill, Drew Butzler. The linebackers, Rory and Parker Millsdale. Owen Von Ruden, Landon Laufenberg, the quarterbacks, Trent Cast, Brady Wells are the safeties. And again, 2 teams didn't win their conference, but they're here. And the teams that did win their conference, that is to say Bangor, which is in Division 6, they got beat last week. And Blackhawk Warren, as we know, got beat last week. And apparently, we had it in the wrong order because Potosi Cassville is kicking off. Moving, and the Eagles, as the ball goes out of bounds, Eagles.
End zone.
Well, that's out of bounds, sort of. That's a touchback. And so, for the starting lineup presented by Fuller's Milker Center, see Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for a brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster and Richland Center and Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. The quarterback is Drew Butzler. He's thrown for 808, 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, rushed for 305 and 12 scores, 3 of 7 for 66 and a touchdown last week. Jack Christensen, 22 carries for 103 last week. Cutler Brugan, 5 carries, 13 yards last week. They are the running backs. 1st and 10 from the 20. And a run up the middle that gains very little.
Yeah, and that's with the fullback. And that's with Brugan. And it looks like he got a yard.
Up to the 21, 2nd down, 9 yards to go. The receivers for Cashton, I don't have them on here. They got to be 2 tight ends, Trayton Gill and Trent Cass. Actually, Rory Milza is the other tight end. 2nd down, 9 yards to go from the Cashton 21-yard line. A run around the left side, and the Chieftains defense stops that for a 2-yard gain.
And that was Brugan again with the ball.
So it'll be 3rd down and 7 from the 23. The offensive line, Mitchell Simonson, 220 pounds. Keelan McCracken, 205. Tucker Menzinski at 280. Dylan Heft at 195. Brett Hemmersbach at 210 pounds. 3rd running back, by the way, is Owen Van Ruden. And there are receivers on the right side. 3rd and 7 from the 23. And Butzler throws over the middle into traffic and broke it up. Incomplete.
Excellent job by Darius Tate to get back in there and to knock the ball away.
Tate is one of the defensive backs along with Drew Richardson. Reed Weber and Aaron Edge, the quarterbacks. The linebackers, River Sar, Logan Roush, Hunter White. Up front, Ben Infield, Carter Bierman, Will Tobin, and Connor Robbins. Here's the punt. And they ended up going for it. Why did they do that? Potosi Cassville gets the ball. The ball the punt was dropped, I guess. And is recovered by Potosi Cassville at the Cashton 21.
That's a loss of 12 yards.
What a start at the 11-yard line first and 10 for the Chieftains, and they get the ball in unbelievable field position. Rivers Saar up the middle.
He's running his fullback trap right there, and again, the fullback trap is designed to get you opening up. It's a nice quick opener in this offense. And he got a couple yards.
Second down, 8 yards to go from the 9.
I'd expect to see Hunter White coming right now on a sweep.
He is lined up
on the left.
On the left side, receivers left and right. And instead it's Saar up the middle, and Saar with a good gain. Down to about the 6-yard line.
And that was Hunter Saar. It's kind of their version of a way they'll run a belly play, but it's without the lead blocker. And they've got now where it's 3rd and 2.
Or 3rd down and a yard to go at about the 3-yard line. I would think it's safe to say, since they have not kicked the field goal, this is 4-down territory. And Saar up the middle. And
he didn't get the first down. It gets just a modest gain.
So it'll be 4th and 1 from the 2-yard line, and a huge early moment in this game with 9:07 remaining in the first quarter. No score after a dropped punt snap. The Chieftains in the Bitech green zone, or Greener Way Bitech Resource Management of Monroe. Receivers left and right. 4th and 1 from the 2. And up the middle, and, well, Heritage said they got a touchdown. But the officials have not said. Cashton doesn't think they got it.
Well, they've got it marked down as being a first down. So it looks like about a 2-yard gain.
So it'll be at the 1-yard line, 1st and goal. 8:30 remaining, first quarter.
I don't want to say he's really close, but he's really close.
Lean forward and fall into the end zone. One receiver goes out to the right side. 3 running backs. One of them is a wing back to the right. And a run up the middle, and
he's
in the end zone. Rivers Saar up the middle, and the Chieftains take advantage and punch the scoreboard first on a Northland Buildings touchdown with 8:10 remaining in the first quarter, and Potosi Cassville leads 6-0.
It's one of the things that this is a football team that is very opportunistic. They get the opportunity, they're going to make the best of it.
And that is Rivers Saar's 25th touchdown of the year. And now Aaron Edge, he was 0 for 2 last week on the season, 24 of 38 in extra points. Snap, spot, kick. And the Point and Flush Sportsman's Club extra point is good. Potosi Cassville 7, Cashton nothing with 8:10 left in the first. More after this on 97.7 Country WGLR.
In game 3.
Timeout. All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Are sinus issues making your days a struggle? Chronic congestion, sinus pressure, or headaches holding you back? It's time to breathe easier. Join Dr. Dale Chilson, ENT specialist, for a free seminar on Thursday, November 13th, starting at noon at Grant Regional Health Center, where you'll discover the latest treatments for relief. Learn about solutions that can help clear your sinuses and restore your comfort. Register online at grantregional.com/sinus or call 608-723-1379. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
In game 3.
Chieftains convert on the fumble punt, 5 plays, 11 yards, and it took 2 minutes and 21 seconds. And Potosi Cassville, again, after the kick into the end zone, Chieftains up 7-0. Although technically, as we were discussing before, that is not actually their Potosi Cassville officially doesn't have a nickname yet.
I know, and there's been all kinds of suggestions, and none of them have landed. Somebody said maybe they're the Chief Comet. Spangler thinks they should be the Pike.
1st and 10 from the 20. That sounds fishy to me. Here's a run around the right side, and a good gain up near the first down.
Well, that's Jack Christensen, and he's the leading rusher on the team. In fact, no one is really close to him in the amount of carries. He's carried 181 times, and the next closest is 66.
Up to the 28 for 8 yards. 2nd down, 2 yards to go. The Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Platteville offers a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt and Laura Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Platteville. 2nd and 2, run up the middle, and that is not going to get the first down.
No gain.
That was Bruggen, and he gets nothing, and so it's 3rd down and 2 yards to go. West End Salvage in Lancaster, our Scrapper, the game sponsor. See Junkyard Joe Krantz of the West End Salvage Gang for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage in Lancaster. It's 3rd and 2 from the Cashton 28-yard line. And up the middle, and that looks to get the first down.
And that's a quarterback sneak, and he's able to ends up getting 2 yards.
And that is enough for a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down at the 31. Northland Buildings, for a quality Northland building built tough for the Northland. Contact Joe Wright, your local expert in quality Northland post frame buildings. Anderson Weber, Toyota Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber, Toyota Dubuque, when you are ready. 1st and 10. Cashton's ready at the 31-yard line. Sweep around the left side and up to the 35, and that is as far as Christensen gets for a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up.
He is a good running back, and you're going to see him carry the ball quite a bit. And they're going to run him wide probably more than you would expect because, let's face it, again, trying to run against Potosi right straight up front is always going to be a challenge.
Phil's Transmissions. Stop in and see Lonnie, your local transmission specialist at Phil's Transmissions in Potosi. 2nd and 6 from the Cashton 35-yard line, near side hash mark. Everybody in tight. And run around the right side for Bruggen, trying to get outside. And
actually, that's Laufenberg. It came from the wing on this side.
Landon Laufenberg, yes.
And
he didn't get anything.
No. In fact, I thought he might have lost a yard.
3rd and about 6 coming up. Pages and Parcels is open at 101 North Main Street, Potosi. You might know it as the old Brenner's store. This is your spot for books, unique gifts, and quick pack and ship services. Stop by to explore, ship, and discover something special today. Frederick Excavating. Put Jason Frederick and the crew to work for you on your next excavation or demolition project. Frederick Excavating in Potosi. 3rd down, 6 yards to go at the Cashton 35-yard line. And a couple of Potosi players went over, but they were possibly pulled over.
And that's what they're ruling. It's an illegal procedure on Cashton.
So they'll make a 3rd down and 11 back at the 30-yard line. Claire Bank, with their 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros at Brian's get the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. 3 receivers to the left. Now on 3rd and 11 at the Cashton 30-yard line. Butzler to pass, throws a rainbow to the near side, and that's incomplete.
Looking for Laufenberg out here, just overthrown. Decent coverage out here by Daria State.
And there was another player down there also, and so it'll be 4th and 11, and let's see if they can get the punt off this time. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware, Bloomington and Platteville. And here is the punt, and it's high and will not be returned. And so the Chieftains will take over at their 35-yard line. Already leading 7-0 with 4:49 remaining in the first quarter. And meanwhile, well, it's a 7-7 tie. Darlington and Belleville. That's on X1071. Belleville scored first, and then an 80-yard kickoff return for a TD for Darlington. So they are even in Darlington. That's on X1071. 1st and 10 from the 35. Fumble. And it is recovered by the Chieftains. That'll be a yard loss.
That was a good job there by one of the linemen, number 75, Will Tobin. He was able to jump on the ball.
Loss of a yard, so it's 2nd and 11 from the 34. Russell Law Offices, local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Law Offices, Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. A run up the middle will make it 3rd down and about 7 yards to go. That would have been River Sar, I think?
Yes, that was River Sar again running the ball. And he got that yard back plus a couple more.
So it'll be 3rd down and 8 yards to go from the Chieftain, or from the Potosi Cassville 37-yard line. WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler and WCC-Brands.com. 3rd and 8. Back to pass is Edge, and Edge is taken down. He actually threw the ball and ends up an incomplete pass somehow.
Technically, it's a pass attempt to Hunter White, and it was a little shuttle pass, two-handed, and he just tried to get out and roll out, and there just wasn't a place for him to go.
So Cashton gets its first defensive stop, and should have good field position here for...
Well, again, remember the wind.
I said should. Aaron Edge, quarterback, punter, kicker. And a line drive kick that'll take a lot of bounce and roll to a stop. And that puts them at the, 15-yard line?
16-yard line.
That was a good punt.
Well, that's one of the things. If you've got the wind behind you, you want to drive the ball as best you possibly can today. You're going to get some definite break on that.
Well, and the other thing, too, is that the turf is a little hard because we've gotten very little rain this fall. So you'll get some bounce, not quite artificial turf bounce, but you will get some bounce.
Well, and you saw there was a little bit there, but again, it was just a good punt to start with.
1st and 10 at the 15. Or 16-yard line. 3:24 left first quarter. 7-0 Potosi Cassville. A run play for just a yard.
And that was with Christensen. And no, I think he got no gain.
2nd down, 10 yards to go from the 16-yard line. We're brought to you by the Highland State Bank and Highland and HighlandStateBank.net. Cole Acres Golf and Grill, Cuba City, and ColeAcresGolfandGrill.com. 2nd down, 10 yards to go from the 16. 2 tight ends, 2 running backs, and a wing back. And a run up the middle to about the 19-yard line.
Just giving it, to the second man threw back off onto the right side to Christensen, and there was nothing much there. He did get a couple of yards, however. It's like about 3.
So it's 3rd and 6. Breckler Insurance Group. For all your insurance needs, see Steve Lindusky at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance, Sorry, Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. 3rd down, 6 yards to go from the Cashton 19-yard line. And run around the right side. And that will not get the first down. They needed to get to the 26.
Oh, wait a minute. Did the ball hit the ground? Apparently not.
There was a keeper for Butzler, and he got 2, so it's 4th down and 4 yards to go from the 21-yard line. Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, at appliedmicro.biz. So another punt coming up. And it's dropped again, and he's going to take off with it and be hit and go down. He may have gotten the first down.
Boy, it's close.
Needed to get to the 26.
And this is one they may have to measure.
It was a dropped punt snap for the second time, so they will come out and measure with 1:21 remaining in the first quarter, and Potosi Cassville leading 7-0. Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty. If you have livestock, farmland, or buildings to sell, call Darryl Kraft. Visit BigIron.com to learn more. Rosemeyer Wealth Management will design a plan specific to your retirement goals. The experts at Rosemeyer Management will answer all your questions, even if you don't know what questions to ask. Check out their website at rosemeyermg.com. The sticks come from the other side of the field,
first
and
down.
He got it. Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty, first down, which could not have been planned.
Well, it wasn't something that was called, and they didn't mean to do that. But I could see where he was going to have an opportunity because there just weren't not enough Potosi Cassville shirts over on this side of the ball.
And again, that's after he dropped the punt snap for the second time already in this game. So 1st and 10 for Cashton at their 26. Minute 13 in the clock running in the first quarter, and a 7-0 Potosi Cassville lead. And as they have done the whole game with one exception so far, everybody in tight, 3 running backs and 2 tight ends. And this is around the right side. And it will be a first down and more for Christensen all the way across the 45-yard line. That is their second Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. 19 yards for Christensen and a first down at the 45.
Well, it's one of the things. He is a definite outside threat. Potosi Cassville is tough enough on the inside. They've shown defensively that they're able to shut down everything on the inside. The only good success they've had has been going wide.
1st and 10 at the 45. Last minute of the first quarter. And Christensen around the right side for about 2 yards.
Well, that's Bruggen running off the tackle on the right-hand side. He was able to get, we'll call it 3 yards.
Second down in either 7 or 8, depending on whose definition of the yard line you prefer.
6.5 or 7.5 or whatever.
There you go. Les Mack Automotive in Lancaster. Whether Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Ford, you can count on over 50 years of trusted hometown service. Because of Les Mack, you always get more from Les. 2nd and 8 from the 47.5. And around the left side, that is going to be a loss back to the 45.
Yeah, and that was Von Ruden that carried the ball there. And like I said, he's lost yardage. He's all the way back to the 45-yard line, and we're at the end of the first quarter.
And after 1, Potosi Cassville 7, Cashton nothing. More after this on 97.7 Country WGLR.
In Game 4.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
In Game 4.
We start the second quarter. It's 3rd down and almost 10 yards to go. at the Cashton 45. Potosi Cassville leading 7-0. Eagles moving left to right, back to pass as Butzler throws it over the middle, and the pass broken up, incomplete at the 35.
A good job back out there defensively by Reed Weber.
4th down, 10 yards to go. We're brought to you by TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch, Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim Drury and the gang a call at TriStar Pallets of Highland, TriStar Mulch, Cobb and Platteville, and they're going to go for it?
Oh, no, they're lined up to punt.
On 4th and almost 10, he does have the wind at his back. And here's the snap and the kick. And this will be returned and fumbled, and it is going to be still loose. Boy, it sure looked like Cashton recovered it, and then the ball got away from him. And I think the Chieftains got it back.
Yeah, Darius Tate was there to catch the ball. It went right straight through it. He didn't catch it in his hands. It went right through his arms. So he touched it, went on the ground. One of the Cashton players went after the ball, and he mishandled it. And it's right back to being a Potosi Cassville football.
At the 15-yard line, 1st and 10. 16 seconds into the second quarter. I guess, what's that phrase about being lucky or good?
I'd rather be lucky.
1st and 10. Actually, you're Wally. Run around the left side. And a good, well, still going and across the 20-yard line. Up to the 20. Actually, did he get the first down?
Yes, he did. Got 11 yards on that, Hunter White.
Well, that would kind of indicate, for those who had wondered, how you get to have a per carry average of 10 yards a carry.
Well, Hunter White's a pretty good running back, and he gets him on that sweep, and that was to the near side. Good job.
1st and 10 at the 26, around the right side this time, and a lot shorter this time.
Well, he's still able to get a yard, but...
Actually, it looks like 2 to the 28. 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Point and Flush Sportsman's Club, their guided upland bird and waterfowl hunts with friends and family will create memories that will last forever. Make your best shot with Point and Flush Sportsman's Club in Potosi, and their hunting dogs are cute, too.
They're cute?
Oh, yeah. But they're also, they're like the least bothered by people I think I've seen of dogs, in at least any that I'm aware of. Here's a run play up the middle on 2nd down.
That's River Saar running back off to the right a little bit. Again, that's that fullback trap. He's only able to get a yard.
To the 29, it'll be 3rd down and 7 yards to go. Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring, stair installation, or refinishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sanitar, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. 3rd down and 7.5 to the 1st down. And around the left side, flag goes down. That is nowhere near the first down on a carry by Hunter White, and that looks like in the holding area anyway.
Well, let's wait and see exactly what the call is here. I see the official over here has got his hat off too. So
there's more than one penalty? And actually, this is going to go against Cashton, it looks. Nope. Well, yes.
Well, in the playoff sets, that's a big benefit for Potosi Cassville because they did lose yardage on the play.
So it'll be a replay, 3rd down and 7 again at the Chieftains' 29-yard line. Potosi Cassville hasn't put the ball up yet in the game so far with 9:53 left in the first half. Potosi Cassville leading 7-0. They're going into the wind. They have 2 receivers to the right. And Edge will roll to the right. And under pressure and gets the pass off, and the pass incomplete.
It is incomplete. It was intended over there for Drew Richardson, but he didn't have much of a chance to catch the football after he got 2 hands pushed in his back, and the officials didn't see it. That happens.
So Edge will stay into punt. Millie's Diner in Dickeyville, where everything is homemade. Open 7 days a week, 7 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. Check out their menu and daily specials on Facebook. Here is Edge's punt. And that one is fielded at the 40-yard line.
Drew Richardson was able to down the ball right there at the 40, just shy of the 40-yard line. And they're marking it right on the 40, but it's close enough.
9:26 remaining until the McNett Electric halftime report. 7-0 Potosi Cassville. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best. See Rob Krantz and the crew for full service repair of cars and light trucks too. Krantz Auto Parts, Krantz Hardware Do It Best in Fenimore. Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, Lanark, Illinois. Right, John? And at Sloans.com. 1st and 10 from the 40. And around the left side goes Christensen, and a gain to about the 42-yard line for 2.
Again, pretty good pursuit over there to create a little problem for Christensen.
2nd and 8 coming up. Bouse Electric. Call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher of Bouse Electric, Lancaster and Fenimore. Lancaster Dental Associates and Fenimore Smiles. Get the smile you want and the health you deserve. Learn more at lancdent.com. 2nd and 8 from the Cashton 42-yard line, far side hash mark. Now roll off for Butzler. Swings it out. It's tipped and incomplete. Tipped at the line of scrimmage. Not sure who did it.
The pass was intended out here for Cutler Bruggen, and like I said, was knocked down at the line of scrimmage. So again, that's 4 passes so far for Cashton, 4 incompletes.
People's State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their convenient area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Pink's Automotive in Lancaster and Goodney's Garage in Platteville. They have the certified technicians, equipment, and experience to keep your vehicle in top running condition. Pink's Automotive, our penalty sponsor tonight. It's 3rd and 8 from the Cashton 42-yard line. Again, everybody in tight. Butzler rolls. Butzler throws to the right side and off the hands of the intended receiver Christensen at the 40-yard line of Potosi Cassville.
It's one of the things, that's a kind of pass that's very difficult with the wind put behind you because the ball wants to sail, and that's exactly what it did there.
You end up overthrowing.
Yep.
Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control, over 40 years of professional friendly service. And Sups.com. Fuel your fitness journey with a wide selection of products from a locally owned company. Visit their Fenimore, Dubuque, and Platteville locations or Sups.com. Here's the punt. And the punt will go out of bounds.
And I honestly can't tell you where it went out. I didn't see anyone walking up the sideline. And or are they assuming it went in the end zone? They're marking it at the 15-yard line, but again, I didn't see anyone over there watching where the ball went out of bounds at the officials. And usually you have somebody walking this all the way up the sideline with their arm in the air.
Yeah. 8:28 left in the first half. 7-0. Potosi Cassville. River Sar with a 1-yard touchdown run after a drop punt, and whistles stop this play before it begins.
And I think it's an offside against Cashton. He made a signal that was way back behind everyone so you couldn't see him. The official's out of position there.
But it is offside, according to our public address announcer. So that moves it up to the 20. First down, 5 yards to go. Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Darlington leading Belleville 21-7 now. Late in the first quarter, that's on X1071. Meanwhile, a run play up the middle and a first down and down the sideline. And he is one man to beat, and he is pulled down.
And that's Hunter White.
Hunter White really helping out his per carry average. And it's a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down all the way down. Now inside the Bitech green zone at the 12. A Greener Way Bitech Resource Management of Monroe.
At 68 yards.
It's a good way to help your per carry average.
Well, he's been known to do that.
Richardson is the receiver to the left. And the other ring T look and a run up the middle inside the 10-yard line. That was River Saar. Yeah, it looks like Sark got down to the 11. Second down, 9 yards to go. John Satterley also reports, well, now it's 28-7. Darlington leading Belleville early second. Still on X1071. Waukesha Catholic Memorial leading Mount Horeb Barneveld 6-0 late in the first. Pewaukee over Reedsburg 14-0 in the first. 2nd and 9. Run around the right side, and Cashton's defense is equal to that task. It is a yard gain. And that was White down to the 10. 3rd down, 8 yards to go.
Well, he got a couple more yards anyway.
3rd down at about 6 yards to go, down at the 8-yard line.
I would consider this to be 4-down territory.
Midwest Motorsports, visit their showroom in Kieler for parts service and your next ride. See their inventory at Midwest Motorsports, online.com, Midwest Motorsports in Kieler. 3rd down, Edge throws to the end zone and short of the intended receiver, incomplete. That was Logan Roush, the intended receiver. And it is 4th and 6 from the Cashton 8-yard line. With 6:37 remaining until the McNett Electric halftime report. We're brought to you by Mountain City Bank. Their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop in at Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountaincitybank.com. 4th and 6. Run around the left side. And to the 5. And that will not get the first down. Hunter White tried to go around the corner, but ends up short. And so the Eagles defense holds, and they take over at the 6. 6:29 remaining in the first quarter. And a 7-0 Potosi Cassville lead. Worco Transportation for employment opportunities or to plan your next getaway. Visit worcotransportation.com. Worco Transportation in Bloomington. 1st and 10 from the 6. And Christensen around the left side.
Looks like he got a couple yards.
2 yards up to the 8. Second down and 8 yards to go from the 8. Pioneer Ag in Lancaster congratulates the Cassville Potosi football team on a great season. For all your hauling needs and your Dairyland seed dealer, Pioneer Ag in Lancaster. 2nd and 8 from the 8. Again, with one exception, the 3 receiver set, they've all been carries. They've all been in tight, and a run around the right side, and gain of a couple there for Christensen up to the 10. It looks like.
That looks like a route right. Yes.
3rd down and 6 yards to go coming up. J&J Sandbar in Cassville proudly congratulates the Potosi Cassville football team on an amazing season. Your hard work and teamwork made the community proud. Celebrate together at J&J Sandbar in Cassville.
It's a good place.
3rd and 6 from the 8.
Big play right here.
3rd and 6 from the 10, excuse me.
Very big play for Cashton.
One receiver out to the right. Everybody else in tight. And Butzler throws, and the pass is incomplete.
Again, he was looking for Laufenberg and wasn't able to get him.
And so another punt coming up on 4th and 6 from the 10. Punts have been an adventure tonight. One drop punt snap led to a touchdown, the only touchdown of the game for the Chieftains. Another got him a first down, although they ended up having to punt the ball away. Here's Wilkinson's punt.
And he's got a great roll.
And it's going to be picked up and returned to the 47-yard line.
We picked that up probably about the 38-yard line. I mean, it just bounced all the way past them, but then it ended up being able to advance it and get some yards out of it.
Chieftains take over with 4:41 left in the first half. And what's been a pretty defensive struggle, the one score for the Chieftains on a short drive after that aforementioned.
Well, Potosi Cassville so far has just they've been moving the ball, but they haven't been able to break loose.
4:41 left in the first half, 7-0 Potosi Cassville. And a run for a yard to the 47-yard line.
It's River Sars running a belly play back over here to this side, only able to get a yard on it.
Second down, 9 yards to go. McNett Electric and Belmont are halftime sponsor in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. They can assist you with all your electrical needs, whatever the need. Agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip in the crib, McNett Electric are on call ready to help you. McNett Electric and Belmont. Also, Community First Bank for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. 2 receivers to the right, 2 running backs on 2nd and 9. And up the middle. And a first down and more down the far sideline. And that's got to be White. And
that's River Sar.
River Sar. All the way down. All the way down to
that's a 18. That's a 35-yard run. It was just again, they ran the trap this time, but they spread it out enough that all of a sudden you lost their extra coverage they had in there.
Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down places them in the Bitech Green Zone, a Greater Way Bitech Resource Management of Monroe. First down, Carey and Sar up the middle for perhaps a yard or 2.
Or 3.
Down to the 15, 2nd and 7. We're brought to you by Southwest Health. They have over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Also, Laley Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Laley Center Monroe. 2nd and 7 from the Cashton 15-yard line. 3:10 left in the first half. And up the middle for very little gain.
Looks like Hunter White carried the ball. He may have gotten a yard. Got all bottled up right at the point of attack. Pretty good job reading by the blocks by the Potosi's. Potosi's offensive line blocks were read very well by the defense.
Oakey's Market in Cassville. Check out Oakey's, your local Surefine food center, where they'll carry out your groceries too. Oakey's Market in Cassville. It is 3rd and about 6 from the 14-yard line. 2:26 left in the first half. 7-0 Potosi Cassville. And Edge throws, pass is caught to the left side, and is he in?
He is.
Touchdown! Hunter White. The 14-yard touchdown pass with 2:16 remaining in the first half, and the Northland Buildings touchdown extends the Potosi Cassville lead to 13-0.
I thought that was Roush, but if you say it's White, it's White.
Well, he said it's White. So
okay.
He must have better eyesight than us. So.
Well, I couldn't see it real good because I had a board in my way.
Oh, was it Roush? It was Ben Infield. All right, well, sorry about that. Ben Infield gets the touchdown, and meanwhile, the point and flush Sportsman's Club extra point attempt is no good. And so it is Potosi Cassville 13, Cashton nothing, with 2:16 remaining in the first half. More after this on 97.7 Country. 97.7 Country WGLR.
In Game 5.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Hello, Amy here from Cuba City Family Dental. Part of our dedication to excellence in the dental services we offer are same-day crowns. Instead of return visits to our office, we can diagnose and fix your tooth in one day at any of our 3 convenient locations. Call us when you are in need and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
In Game 5.
On the Shoebox Scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox and Black Earth, largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Wisconsin 20, Northern Illinois 5. 14 and a half minutes left first half on AM 1590 WPVL. 28-7, Darlington leads Belleville in the second quarter. That's on X1071. And here it's 13-0, Potosi Cassville. And the ball kicked out of bounds.
Well, actually, no. It was kicked down near the sideline. And the receiver, the Cashton player, picked the ball up and stepped out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
So not good field position.
No, I mean, so far I could just simply say Cashton really has shot themselves in the foot more than once.
I think that is a safe statement to make. Tandem Tire in Potosi is ready to prepare your vehicle for winter driving. Get up to $330 back on 4 Goodyear tires. Log on to tandemtire.com for details to schedule an appointment and find out more money-saving fall specials. 1st and 10 and a run up the middle for not much.
Well, they tried to run a little counter play in there, and Laufenberg really kind of got smucked.
2nd down and 9 from the 15. McCartney Quarters would like to congratulate the entire Potosi Cassville football team on an incredible season. Visit McCartney Quarters, Highway 133 in Cassville, your 5-star dive bar for great food, great drinks, and great times. 2nd and 9. Butzler rolls to the right, throws, and the pass
incomplete.
Out of bounds, incomplete.
He's throwing it over here to Laufenberg again and again. He wasn't able to catch the ball inbounds.
3rd and 9 coming up at the 15. Sub-Zero Spray Foam. Visit SubZeroSprayFoam.com to see how spray foam insulation can enhance your energy savings, air sealing, mold prevention, and more. Sub-Zero Spray Foam in Dickeyville. 3rd down, 9 yards to go at the 15. We're also brought to you by Epic Construction. See Epic Construction for industrial or commercial building projects. Epic Construction, building quality, building trust, building a difference. Timeout called
for Cassville or Cashton,
which is interesting because they called timeout after an incomplete pass.
Well, I think they're trying to figure out really what they've got to do to try to open something up here. And they'd like to get the ball back out of here because if all of a sudden if you don't get a great punt, Potosi Cassville has had some success moving the ball. And you don't want to give them the opportunity to get back in the end zone.
Shannon Marie Photography, specializing in wedding, senior, and newborn photography and serving the tri-state area. Learn more at ShanMariePhoto.com. Cruising Kids and Walkers Clothing in Lancaster. Congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team with a great season. Show your hometown pride. Shop local this holiday season. Cruising Kids and Walkers Clothing in Lancaster. Also Granny Electric in Platteville, specializing in residential, agricultural, and commercial wiring. For new construction, repairs, and maintenance, you can count on Granny Electric to make your electrical concerns go away. It's 3rd and 9 for Cashton at their 15. 1:35 left in the first half. 13-0 Potosi Cassville. Eagles have 2 timeouts. Chieftains have all of theirs. And Butzler to pass to the left side. Pass is caught. And that'll be a first down.
They haven't had a lot of first downs. That was Laufenberg that got that.
Was that Mills actually? 17?
They're 17, you're correct.
And so the Eagles, with one of their few Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first downs of the game at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. And the clock at 1:18 in the first half. Here's a first down pass over the middle and incomplete at midfield.
Pretty good coverage back out there. Drew Richardson went up and tipped the ball. And again, that was 17.
Millsnup.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 at the 29. Haverland Heating and Cooling of Hazel Green, your local Carrier dealer. With a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable, call Nick Haverland, Haverland Heating and Cooling. 2nd and 10 for Cashton at their 29. 1:14 left in the first half. And a run that the Chieftains stuff.
Trying to go back up the middle again, and that was Laufenberg that carried the ball, and he got...
Did he get anything?
Basically, no.
So it's 3rd and 10 to 29, and quickly back at it. Butzler rolls to the right, and still running, and down the pass is incomplete. Apparently he threw as he was going down, so it is not a Subs.com sack.
And it's a matter of who is he throwing it to, and that's a good question. I see a flag on the ground.
That has to be intentional grounding if that came out.
Yeah.
It looked like it did, and yeah.
Intentional grounding, and that is loss of down.
So it'll be 4th down from the 29, and the Chieftains.
They got to mark off the penalty.
That 5 and a loss of down?
Yep.
So it'll be 4th and 15 at the 24. Chieftains should get the ball in good field position, and they do have all 3 timeouts. 45.2 seconds left in the first half. Oh, the kick is blocked, and it's going to be recovered by the Chieftains.
And that's Hunter White on the ball.
River Sarr gets the recovery, and the Chieftains with a golden opportunity with 40.4 seconds left in the first half. They get the ball in the Bitech green zone. A greener way, Bitech Resource Management of Monroe. And again, the Chieftains with all 3 timeouts trying to add to their 13-0 lead. So they can do anything they want, basically, because of the timeouts. 2 receivers to the left, plus a wingback. And a run around the right side. And then hitting around the defender and into the end zone. Did he get in? It was Hunter White. He actually did not get in, but it will be 1st and goal. At the 2 with 31.2 seconds left of the first half. Another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. My compliments to the DJ. That's purple haze. That's great. Or is it maroon haze here? And the Chieftains will call their first timeout.
With 31 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
Again, with a chance to add to their 13-0 lead. Y'all Beat Tubin wants to congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team on an amazing season. When you're ready for the ultimate tubing adventure, Y'all Beat Tubin on the Grant River is the #1 tubing experience in Wisconsin. Plan your next adventure today at y'allbeatubin.com. Holiday Gardens is hosting a craft show tomorrow, 9 to 3. Mark your calendars for the Chicken Dinner Trivia Night, which will be held the night before Thanksgiving. Congrats to the Potosi Cassville seniors, who will be playing their final home football game tonight. Holiday Gardens in Potosi. Yeah, that's pretty good planning for the night before Thanksgiving, because who wants to cook the night before Thanksgiving? First and goal from the 2. And a run play that ends up losing yards.
Not much if he lost anything. They lost of maybe 1.
White tried to get outside.
And another timeout.
Second and goal from the 2. 23.2 seconds left in the first half. Well, let's see. Now it is 28-14, Darlington over Belleville, under 4 minutes in the second. And that's on X1071. Pewaukee leading Reedsburg 14-7. Wanakee and De Pere tied at 7 late first. Waukesha Catholic Memorial leading Mount Horeb Barneveld 6-0 late first. And those are the shoebox scoreboard scores we have.
You can pack all those in just one shoebox. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. John Satterley at Shoebox Scoreboard Central in, well, I assume he's in Gratiot.
Well, he's wherever he is.
He is always wherever he is.
At least he knows where he is.
Back at the 5, second and goal. And around the left side. And again, they'll call their last timeout. They're down to the 2-yard line. That was River Sar. And so the Chieftains call their last timeout with 19.7 seconds left in the first half. And it'll be third and goal from the 3. River Sar with a 1-yard touchdown. Ben Infield with a touchdown catch. And that's why it's 13-0 with 19.7 seconds left in the first half.
Okay, what do you call for a play?
Well, I like a quarterback rollout. I've always liked that play, a run-pass option for the quarterback.
The only time Aaron Edge has ran the ball, technically, was when he fumbled the snap. So why not?
Well, he rolled out. Remember, Infield's catch was on the left side of the end zone.
But
so
again,
Edge was running against his, because he's a righty,
But again, that was a pass, so it's still not a run technically.
Right. Third and goal from the 3. And up the middle and into the end zone.
And I couldn't see who carried it.
Is that River Sar? Yes.
Yes.
River Sar, his second touchdown of the day. And with 15.8 seconds left in the first half, Potosi Cassville extends its lead to 19-0 on the Northland Buildings touchdown on a drive that opened in the Bitech green zone at the 14-yard line. 4 plays, 14 yards. That's the second one of those plays like that. Now they'll go for 2, and it's a run up the middle, and that's 2 points. And Potosi Cassville now leads Cashton 21-0 with 15.9. Try that again, 15.8 seconds left in the first half. I had 9 written down for some reason. But the Chieftains have turned 2 problems on punts into touchdowns, and they have the one drive, which wasn't even that long, and it was, 54 yards, but they're up 3 scores.
Well, it's that dreaded third score. And that's one of the things that we've seen over the years. Once you get a 3-score lead, as long as you keep playing hard, your opponent usually doesn't come back from that.
Of course, now you bring that up. Last week, the Chieftains had an 18-0 lead and watched it disappear, although they came back to win 48-28 over Johnson Creek.
ending up coming back and winning.
Okay,
later,
well,
of course.
But the idea is not to give up a 3-score lead and then come back. But 15.8 seconds before the McNett Electric halftime report.
And what do you do on the kickoff? Do you kick it squib or do you kick it hard?
A line drive kick that is fielded and fumbled and then picked up. And a return up to about the 15-yard line with 9.9 seconds left in the first half.
And that was Laufenberg that was able to pick it up. He tried to get over to where he had some blockers, and there weren't many there. Not enough. And this is a matter of your Cashton. Do you want to just take a knee at this point at 9 seconds to go in the half, or are you going to take a shot at something?
Well, here's the interesting thing. Remember, Potosi Cassville gets the ball to start the second half.
I know.
So that was a huge touchdown right at the end of the half.
And they're not taking a knee. That's not the plan.
Back to pass. Actually, that's going to be a halfback option pass. And deep down the field and overthrown. Laufenberg is overthrown at the 40-yard line. He got behind the defense, but the ball was not exactly catchable. I think that was Christensen throwing the ball.
Yes, it was.
And so it's second and 78 with 2.9 seconds left of the first half.
And this time they're taking a knee.
They had the wind behind them, took their shot, and now they down the ball, and we have reached halftime. So far, so good for the Chieftains. Potosi Cassville, 21. Cashton, nothing. McNett Electric halftime report. After these messages, 97.7 Country WGLR.
Halftime, 3 minutes.
I'm here today with Keith Dula from Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. Keith, it seems like hybrids are dominating the roads, but there aren't many charging locations in Dubuque.
Agreed. Luckily, Toyota hybrids don't require plug-in charging. The Toyota hybrid system is built to charge while the vehicle is being driven, so there's no need for plug-in charging.
That's awesome. What about the battery life? Should people be worried about its longevity?
Not at all. Toyota has sold over 5 million hybrids in the last 25 years. Plus, their battery warranty covers you for 10 years or 150,000 miles.
How does regular maintenance on a hybrid compare to a gas model?
Hey, that's a great question. Toyota hybrid vehicles require the same maintenance as gas-powered models and oftentimes even less. For example, the hybrid model's regenerative braking charges the battery while slowing down the vehicle, increasing the life of the vehicle's brake pads.
Wow, it seems like there are a lot of benefits in choosing a hybrid Toyota. Visit Anderson Weber in Dubuque to learn more and to take a test drive today.
Fuller's Milker Center and GIA have the management tools you need to keep your dairy's profitability at your fingertips 24 hours a day. From many choices of reliable electronic ID to effective time-saving sort gates to the state-of-the-art Dairy Plan C21, monitor and control your parlor systems as you manage your whole herd. Contact Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your GIA dealer in Lancaster and Richland Center for details on the latest ID systems and sort gates that can help your dairy's efficiency, putting you and your cows in the fast lane.
Are you looking for a new and exciting career? This is Jen Casper with Queen Bee Radio. We're currently hiring for people to join our radio and digital sales team. Queen Bee Radio is a fun and family-oriented work environment with unlimited growth opportunities. Life's too short to work where you're not having fun. Give me a call today at 608-349-2045, and I can tell you firsthand how my career in radio sales has been incredibly rewarding. Go to our social media pages or our websites and click on the career link for details on this radio and digital sales opportunity and to apply.
Buying a mattress can seem overwhelming. How soft should you go, or how firm? How much support do you need? All great questions and all tough to figure out without the right guidance. Hi, I'm Jeremy Culbertson, and I've been building and selling mattresses with Dubuque Mattress for over 10 years, and with our guidance, we take all the stress out of mattress shopping. We guarantee you will love your Dubuque mattress, or we'll change it for you until you do.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
Could there be a better name? Auto Value Parts Stores. They aren't just about air fresheners or fuzzy dice. Auto Value Parts Stores are all about parts, auto parts, and advice. Pros who know auto parts with tons of tips when you need them the most. You want real value? Don't go to a place with a cute name. Go to Auto Value. Could there be a better name? I didn't think so. Your Auto Value Parts Store. We've got the parts, we've got the smarts.
Halftime, 3 minutes.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA playoff football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on 97.7 Country WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, Electrical, and Laley Center Monroe. Somewhat amazingly, we have not had a Subs.com sack yet. We've had a small number of Pink's Automotive penalties, and we have not had, by the traditional measure, a Lancaster Dental Associates and Fenimore Smiles turnover yet. It is the McNett Electric halftime report for all your electrical needs. Call McNett Electric in Belmont. It is 21-0 Potosi Cassville, the third seed in this bracket, leading Cashton, the 5 seed in the bracket, and it's really been a case of the Chieftains taking advantage of Cashton errors, particularly on punt snaps. A dropped punt snap gave Potosi Cassville the ball at the Cashton 11-yard line, and they needed 5 plays and 2 minutes and 21 seconds to score with River Saar with a 1-yard touchdown run. Extra point by Aaron Edge made it 7-0 Potosi Cassville with 8:10 remaining in the first quarter. And that was our score after 1. Chieftains were able to, the only thing that they've had that really counts as a drive at this point is when they got the ball at their 46 with 4:41 left of the half. They went 54 yards in 6 plays. And touchdown pass from Aaron Edge to Ben Infield of 14 yards. Extra point was not successful. They made it 13-0 Potosi Cassville with 2:16 left in the first half. They were able to get a stop on defense and then blocked the punt and took over at the Cashton 14-yard line. And from there, they needed 4 plays to punch it into the end zone. River Saar with his second touchdown of the game, this one from the 5-yard line. And then they went for 2 with a run and got it. And that is our score at the half, 21-0. Potosi Cassville leading Cashton. The winner again takes on either Coleman or Kenosha St. Joseph in the state semifinal next week. 21-0. Potosi Cassville leads Cashton at the half. More at the McNett Electric halftime report after these messages on 97.7 Country WGLR.
In Game 6.
Speeding and reckless driving are leading causes of injuries and deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Whether you're an athlete or a spectator, control your drive on our streets, county roads, and highways to keep all travelers safe. Don't speed. Don't be reckless. Zero in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. This message from the Queen Bee Radio family of stations and the WIAA.
Hi, this is Christine Rowley of Rowley Cheese, wishing all area athletes successful seasons. Cheese is a great source of protein for school lunches or a snack before the big game. Stop in and try some of our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. We have fresh cheese curds weekly and a wide variety of snacks and beverages, plus made-to-order cheese trays. Shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23, Schellsburg.
In Game 6.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA playoff football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters. And over at Doors on 97.7 Country WGLR and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, Electrical in Lilly Center, Monroe.
I'm just chuckling because they're playing country music and the cheerleaders are down here line dancing.
Yeah, well.
Hey, good for them.
Adapt.
Why not? Have fun. That's why we're here.
Well, I think Potosi Cassville's having fun right now. 21-0. Chieftains lead Cashton at the half. It is time for the halftime fix, which is presented by Millie's Diner in Dickeyville. See what Millie's Diner is fixing for you. And I think that the first thing the Cashton needs to do is figure out how to get the ball from the long snapper to the punter and out, because they have had a punt blocked. That led to a touchdown. And they had a drop punt snap, and that led to a touchdown. So
well,
the
other
Chieftains,
thing,
they have 3 scores. They don't have all that many yards, right?
No, in fact, that's their problem. They need to find out some offense, and they just haven't found any. I mean, when you look at the first half of football here, they've only generated running the football 44 yards. And
which is way below their average.
Well, and passing the ball, they've put the ball up 10 times, completed only 1 for 14 yards.
That was for a touchdown, though. So.
Well, that's true, but still, it's the fact that they really haven't generated offense, and that's what they really need to do more than anything else. I mean, Christensen, he's carried the ball 8 times, and he's only got 40 yards. I mean, this is a guy here that averages a lot more than that. But they're not getting the plays. You know, he's somebody that, he's rushed the ball this year 181 times, and in this game he's only had 8. You know, you got to get the ball in his hands more, but you've also got to get him open a lot more.
Well, the problem from the Cashton perspective is they're down 3 scores. That doesn't mean you abandon the run, but that makes it kind of a problem, doesn't it?
Well, but especially when you've had trouble throwing the football. And again, we're going to take a look at some of those almost, I would say 2/3 of those passes that were thrown were knocked down by Potosi defenders. So they've played some pretty good pass defense. And when they've tried to run up the middle, they haven't had any success. And again, Potosi Cassville has done a great job at the offense or a defensive line, and the linebackers have done a nice job. You know, again, you look at it with trying to generate offense for him. Christensen has been able to break loose twice, once for 19 yards, and actually hit. That was really the only time he really broke loose. So it's they've got that problem. Potosi Cassville, it's a matter of they haven't generated the offense they normally do.
Yeah.
They've had 2 where they've really broke it. One time with Hunter White when he was able to break one for 68 yards, but he couldn't quite get into the end zone on it. And River Sauer broke another one for 35 yards, but he couldn't quite get into the end zone. I mean, in the case of the one with Hunter White, they did not get in the end zone on that one. With the one on River Sauer, they eventually did score, but still.
That was on the only thing that counts as a drive, as a real scoring drive at this point, the 54-yard scoring drive that ended with a touchdown pass to infield.
Yes.
Other than that, you have 2 14-yard scoring drives because of problems with a punt. So what's Potosi Cassville have to do in the second half?
I'm sorry, pardon?
What does Potosi Cassville have to do in the second half?
It'd be nice if they could find a little more consistency on offense. Defense, they've played well, and they need to continue that. But a little more consistency. When they've ran their sweep, they have not been able to get the kick-out block to be able to get Hunter White to cut it inside. They haven't been able to do that except for one, and on that one he did get 12 yards. But again, that's one of their big plays, and that's one of the things you really want to have some success on. And really, normally the River Sauer gets going on a trap, but what it was on, I call it a naked belly, as whatever Potosi calls it may be something different, but you had Hunter White, instead of leading, he was on the other side going, and River Sauer then went back off to the left, kind of almost a slant or something like that. But again, that's they want to have a little more consistency, finding something. What can you hang your hat on that you're guaranteed to get 2, maybe 3 or 4 yards? And I know last week against Johnson Creek, Rivers R most of the time was able to pop for 5 yards just running a trap. And they haven't had that kind of success.
Shoebox Scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Again, the winner of this game will play Kenosha St. Joseph or Coleman next week. And the score late in the second quarter, Kenosha St. Joseph 21, Coleman nothing. Also at the half, Darlington leading Belleville 34-14. That is on X1071. That winner gets Manitowoc Lutheran or Cedar Grove Belgium, and it looks like it's Manitowoc Lutheran. They are leading 34-0 just at the start of the third quarter. Potosi Cassville leads Cashton at half 21-0, and we'll be back with the second half after these messages on 97.7 Country WGLR.
In Game 7.
From small-town businesses to large multi-state operations, Tricor Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance have industry expertise that can cover all types of businesses.
Having an insurance agency that understands our business is a real benefit. They know our people. It's something Tricor does really well.
Tricor's in-depth knowledge of insurance, regulation, compliance, and safety consulting is here to help your business succeed. Working with leading insurance companies like Auto Owners Insurance. They'll be there when you need them most. Visit TricorInsurance.com to learn more about Tricor Insurance Cycle of Care.
Hello, Ben here from Darlington Family Dental. Your smile is as important to us as it is to you. Give us a call and schedule a consultation to figure out if clear aligners might be right for you. The consultation is free. Zero interest financing is available. This solution for your smile might be more cost-effective than you think. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
In Game 7.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage in WIAA playoff football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental. And Carey seamless gutters and overhead doors on 97.7 Country WGLR and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Powered by H&M Plumbing, Heating, Electrical, and Laley Center Monroe. And our thanks to Keith Oyen. We had a setting wrong, and he got it fixed for us before the game, and it was seamless. Nobody even knew.
Hey, I tell you, that's one of the things that I've heard from so many different people, and for any of you that are out there watching it on the YouTube channel, this is really a big benefit that you get, that Queen Bee Radio is able to provide. I can't say enough about it. I've had 2 or 3 people that have said something to me about it, and they were glad that we're doing it because they were unable to get to a game. So, again, my compliments to whoever came up with the idea.
Well, that brings to mind an interesting question, which is, let me just see if I can find this here real fast. Potosi Cassville will get the ball to start the third quarter, and certainly you kind of feel like if the Chieftains score, that's going to really make it difficult for Cashton. And to this point, now here's how you tell here. So you just hit get this little text here, and so far we have 481 visitors or viewers.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I think it's awesome. Hey, wait a minute. How many years ago was it? You and I went down to Cassville to do a game on the AM, even though they knew nobody could hear the game, and yet it was the first streamed game by Queen Bee Radio.
I believe, well, it was audio only stream.
Yes, it was.
But
it was only audio.
Right. Yeah.
And I think, what was it? We were excited when we found out we had one. And then all of a sudden it popped open as other people found it. And I don't remember how many we came up with in the end, but it was the beginning of this crazy thing that we do now. I think it's pretty awesome.
And here we are. I think that was that not 2013? That sounds right. I think it was 2013, possibly.
Something like that.
Yeah, I can turn you up, by the way. Do you want more volume? Is that better?
Well, I'm fine.
All right. Okay. But yeah, we've had, I'm trying to remember, you and I did a state semifinal game in Middleton.
Yes.
With Blackhawk.
Yes.
It was the year that they lost at State, and
Yes.
they played Hilbert, Stockbridge, I believe it was, and they won. That was the first time that we had used the iPhones and the software that they had. And remember who we had to have trigger the commercials? My son Dylan.
Yes.
Because he had an iPhone, nobody else did. And he was
Well,
the only,
I did, but that one wasn't going to help.
Right, yeah. So he was the only person out of that whole group, 4 of us, who was able to apply the correct amount of pressure to the start break thing. And I had to buy him dinner afterwards.
Look at this. We're expecting an onside kick, I would guess.
Chieftains will be moving left to right in the third quarter. And it is a kick. They kick away, and it's fielded at the 5-yard line.
It's a good return, especially when it looked like you had 10 of your players that were all up within 15 yards of the ball.
They were way up from where he caught the ball, and nevertheless, 1st and 10 for the Chieftains at the 34. One receiver out to the right side, left side, my right. And a runner on the right side, and Hunter White demonstrates why he has a 10-yard a gain carry average, because he just gained 15 up to the 49.
And I'll tell you, that's on that sweep play, and this time they were able to get the right blocks right, and away he went.
Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down to the 49.
That brings him up to 90 yards unofficially in the game. Of course, that 68-yarder earlier helped.
Yes. Yes, definitely. And it is now 28-0, by the way. St. Joseph's of Kenosha leading Coleman in the third quarter. And a run around the right side, and White will get another first down. Fans wanted a late hit call. They will not get that, but they will get another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down at the...
They haven't moved the chains yet, so I'm going to wait on that. Right now it's looking like they're going to call it a 9-yard gain.
It is very close to the first down.
Yes, it is.
Second down at about a half yard at the 41. One receiver out to the left. 2 running backs and a wing back in the classic wing team. And it's a runner the middle, first down.
That's Riverside. That's the same play that he scored on. And this time he gets, looks like, 4 yards.
To the 37. And that is a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. Maybe 37.5-yard line. Keep in mind, of course, as you're watching on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, that the tip of the ball, the front tip of the ball, is where the yard line is. 1st and 10, and it's a keeper for Edge around the right side, and he gets out of bounds. Nearly ran into somebody off who was needed to move a little faster there. There is a penalty marker on the play.
Yes, there is, and the interesting thing, I think they're going to call a hold over here on Potosi Cassville, but yet it was actually somebody from Cashton that had his arm around the Potosi player.
But they wouldn't call that, I suppose.
Well, you wouldn't call that.
And, of course, as always, if you couldn't see it, they weren't going to call that either.
I have to say that's one of the things, and even if I say that I think they missed something, that's going to happen. That doesn't mean that they're anything. It's just you got to see it.
1st and 20 after the Pinks Automotive penalty. At the Cashton 41-yard line, wingback is to the left, therefore the split end is to the right. And Hunter White around the left side and was unable to get outside. He gains a yard down to the 40. It'll be 2nd and 19. And our game today is brought to you by, turn the page faster, Steve, Midwest Motorsports. Visit their showroom in Kieler for parts, service, and your next ride. See their inventory at MidwestMotorsportsOnline.com. Midwest Motorsports in Kieler. Also, Mountain City Bank, their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC to equals and learn more at mountaincitybank.com. Around the left side for a yard.
That's Hunter White again. Is just it's like a counter type play, and what's happening on defense with Cashton right now is they do have an outside linebacker over there who's staying home. He's not following anything. He's staying there looking for anything that comes at him, and he's done a good job on that.
3rd and 18. Manitowoc Lutheran leading Cedar Grove, Belgium 41-0, and so I guess it'll be Manitowoc Lutheran against the winner of the Belleville-Darlington game. 3rd and 18, edge to pass, screen over the middle, that's caught, and this is up the middle, and this may go all the way, and it will, a touchdown.
44 yards. To Logan Roush.
Hunter White, I think we just heard.
No, it wasn't him.
So the 39-yard touchdown with 9:12 left in the third, and the Chieftains expand their lead to 27-0 on the Northland Buildings touchdown. And 3rd and 18, I guess that's the play you call.
Well, it was well set up.
Aaron Edge for the extra point. And the Point and Flush Sportsman's Club extra point is good. Potosi Cassville 28, Cashton nothing. With 9:12 left in the third. More after this on 97.7 Country WGLR.
In game 8.
Attention business owners. Are you tired of monthly fees eating into your profits? Look no further than People's State Bank. People's State Bank's business checking account has no monthly service charge.
Wow.
Yes, you heard that right. 0 monthly service charge. But that's not all. Enjoy free ATM and debit cards, free online and mobile banking, and free bill pay services. With People's State Bank, managing your business finances has never been easier or more affordable. Stop wasting your hard-earned money on unnecessary fees. Switch to People's State Bank today and take care of your business finances. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Milk has been building champions for centuries. Research shows that real milk builds pregame muscle, and low-fat chocolate milk restores postgame muscle for athletes like few other beverages. That's why the pros know they're gonna need milk to fuel their performance. Learn their inspiring stories at gonnaneedmilk.com. GONNA needmilk.com. Brought to you by Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.
In game 8.
Well, we have a pair of 28-0 scores. Potosi Cassville over Cashton, 9:12 left in the third. And Kenosha St. Joseph's over Coleman, 28-0 with 7:49 left in the third. If those scores hold as the kickoff is returned to about the 28-yard line, if those scores hold, then we're going to have a repeat of last year's state semifinal that Potosi Cassville won at Madison Memorial on their way to state last year. That scoring drive right off the opening kickoff, by the way, 68 yards in 7 plays. And the 39-yard touchdown pass to Logan Roush on 3rd and 18. First down, Carey.
That's Christensen. He went back off the right guard and is able to get himself, looks like, about 5 yards. It's one of his better carries.
He has had a tough time in this game so far.
Well, it's a matter of offensive line in front of him on that, they got to get holes open for him.
They are, they're going up against a very large defensive line for Potosi Cassville, of course. Second down, 5 yards to go. And that time, nothing.
And that's running right into, and I mean right into, Carter Bierman.
Bruggen, who's not carried the ball very much, and he doesn't gain anything there. It's third down, 5 yards to go at the 32. Our game brought to you by Worco Transportation. For employment opportunities or to plan your next getaway, visit WorcoTransportation.com. Worco Transportation in Bloomington. Pioneer Ag in Lancaster congratulates the Cassville Potosi football team with a great season. For all your hauling needs and your dairyland seed dealer, Pioneer Ag in Lancaster.
So it's kind of like take a ride on the bus and leave the driving to us?
Something like that. Third down, 5 yards to go from the 32-yard line. And another run, and this one goes backwards, a 2-yard loss.
And that's Bierman again.
Back to the 30.
This time it was it was number 81 for Cashton running the ball, Milsa.
That's running a tight end. And that didn't fool the Chieftains either. So another punt coming up for Connor Wilkinson, who's had an interesting night tonight. And now he's got the punt stuffed. And the Chieftains are going to take over. He looked like he hesitated like he was going to try a rugby punt. And the Chieftains just blew that up. So the Chieftains are going to take over at the 21-yard line, just outside the Bitech green zone.
Well, they're trying to get something to happen, and they just have not been successful.
I'm not sure. Put it this way, they would not be in division, they would not be in level 3 if they'd had things like this go all year. And here's a run up the middle on first down. And River Sar is able to get a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down and into the Bitech green zone, a Greenerway Bitech Resource Management of Monroe.
That's 16 yards on that.
Down to the 5. And with a 28-0 lead, if they get a touchdown here, we're going to be in running time the rest of the way. First down, Carey.
And that's River Sar running the football.
This time he gets pushed back, but he does gain a yard down to the 4 on, as the phrase goes, forward progress. Second down, 4 yards to go to the touchdown.
I'm speaking for Coach Siegert. He'd like to see him get another 15 yards. That way you got a shot of having 2 running backs over 100 yards, assuming my numbers are correct.
Receiver goes out to actually 2 receivers out to the left side. Second and goal from the 4. And a run up the middle and into the end zone. River Sar gets his 3rd touchdown of the game with 5:48 left in the 3rd. And if they convert on the Point and Flush Sportsman's Club extra point after the Northland Buildings touchdown, things are going to speed up. I don't know that anybody predicted this was going to happen.
I did not.
Adds for the extra point. Logan Roush is the holder. Snap, spot, kick. And we're in running time. Potosi Cassville 35, Cashton nothing, with 5:48 remaining in the 3rd quarter. J&J Sandbar in Cassville proudly congratulates the Potosi Cassville football team on an amazing season. Your hard work and teamwork making the community proud. Celebrate together at J&J Sandbar in Cassville. Looks like there'll be another week at least to celebrate together at J&J Sandbar in Cassville. McNett Electric in Belmont can assist you with all your electrical needs, whatever the need. Agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call, ready to help you. McNett Electric in Belmont. Community First Bank, for in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience yourself the difference at Community First Bank, CFBank.com, member FDIC. Southwest Health has over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Oakey's Market in Cassville. Check out Oakey's, your local Surefine food center where they'll carry out your groceries to Oakey's Market in Cassville. And Laley Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Laley Center Monroe. Here's the kickoff. And the kick will be returned up to about the
25, 23.
I'll buy that.
Wherever they decide to spot it over there.
Well, it's always where they decide to spot it.
Maybe it's the 24.
Tandem Tire in Potosi, ready to prepare your vehicle for winter driving. Get up to $330 back on 4 Goodyear tires. Log on to tandemtire.com for details to schedule an appointment and find more money-saving fall specials. McCartney Corners would like to congratulate the entire Potosi Cassville football team on an incredible season. Here's a play, a throw up the middle.
Quarterback sneak.
River Sarr on the tackle, but Drew Butzler gets the first down all the way to the 47 of Potosi Cassville. That is the farthest by far. Big play for Cashton. As I was saying, McCartney Corners would like to congratulate the entire Potosi Cassville football team on an incredible season. Visit McCartney's Corners, Highway 133 in Cassville, your 5-star dive bar for great food, great drinks, and great times. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line of Potosi Cassville. And a run across the 45 to the, well, actually at the 45-yard line, Christensen for 2 yards. Sub-Zero Spray Foam. Visit SubZeroSprayFoam.com to see how spray foam insulation can enhance your energy savings, air sealing, mold prevention, and more. Sub-Zero Spray Foam in Dickeyville. Shannon Marie Photography, specializing in wedding, senior, and newborn photography, and serving the tri-state area. Learn more at ShanMariePhoto.com. Cruisin' Kids and Walker's Clothing in Lancaster. Congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team on a great season. And a run up the middle. They get stuffed by the Chieftains after a 2-yard gain.
No, that's a 1-yard gain, and that actually was the quarterback. He was trying to get behind Jack Christensen, and not a lot of success.
As I was saying, show your hometown pride. Shop local this holiday season. Cruisin' Kids and Walker's Clothing in Lancaster. Epic Construction. See Epic Construction for industrial or commercial building projects. Epic Construction, building quality, building trust, building a difference. Grady Electric in Platteville specializes in residential, agricultural, and commercial wiring for new construction, repairs, and maintenance. You can count on Grady Electric to make your electrical concerns go away. It's 3rd down, 7 yards to go. From the 44, Butzler to pass, throws to the left side, pass is caught, and that'll be a first down. A Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down at the 29-yard line. Milsna makes the catch. At the 29, 1st and 10, 2:49 remaining in the third, 35-0, Potosi Cassville. Haverland Heating and Cooling of Hazel Green, your local Carrier dealer, with a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable. Call Nick Haverland of Haverland Heating and Cooling. 1st and 10 at the Chieftains' 29-yard line, one receiver out to the right. And this is Christensen off right tackle and gets outside. Gets to about the 25-yard line. And it'll be gain of 6, makes it 2nd and 4. Holiday Gardens is hosting a craft show tomorrow, 9 to 3. Mark your calendars for the Chicken Dinner Trivia Night, which will be held the night before Thanksgiving. Night before Thanksgiving. Congrats to the Potosi Cassville seniors who will be playing their final home game tonight, but not their final game, evidently. Holiday Gardens in Potosi. 2nd and 4 from the 24. And whatever that play was supposed to be, the Chieftains said nope.
Oh, that was Brugan carrying the ball again.
And a loss of a yard. Let's see. Yalby Tubin wants to congratulate the Potosi Cassville football team on an amazing season. When you're ready for the ultimate tubing adventure, Yalby Tubin on the Grant River is the #1 tubing experience in Wisconsin. Not in this weather. Plan your next adventure today at yalbytubin.com.
I like that. Yalby Tubin. I like that.
I guess you could, if you want to wear a wetsuit. 3rd down and 6 Butzler throws left, pass is
that's a Laufenberg.
By Laufenberg, but it'll be 4th down.
He was able to get a yard.
It will be 4th and 3 at the 23 with 52 seconds left in the third. And the Airs are going to try anyway. We're brought to you by Frederick Excavating. Put Jason Frederick and the crew to work for you or your next excavation or demolition project. Frederick Excavating in Potosi. And will they now get the playoff? 30 seconds left in the third. Goes really fast. Back to pass is Butzler. He throws to the right side. The pass is incomplete at about the 15-yard line. 19 seconds left in the third. Northland Buildings, for a quality Northland building built tough for the Northland. Contact Joe Ryder, your local expert in quality Northland post-frame buildings. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque when you are ready. And Phil's Transmission, stop in and see Lonnie, your local transmission specialist at Phil's Transmissions in Potosi. We're through 3. Potosi Cassville 35, Cashton nothing. Fourth quarter after this on 97.7 Country WGLR.
In game 9.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
In game 9.
We start the fourth quarter 35-0. Potosi Cassville leading Cashton. And the Chieftains take over at their 23-yard line, 1st and 10. It looks like we're going to see some new players here. Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Fenway offers a history of caring. And they understand that each family is unique and will honor personal request and tradition. Matt and Laura Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Platteville. And into the game, running the ball for the first time is Isaac Adams. And a short gain for Adams. Second down coming up. West End Salvage and Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage and Lancaster. We're brought to you by Claire Bank with our 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin. Proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Pages and Parcels open at 101 North Main Street in Potosi. You might know as the old Brunner store. This is your spot for books, unique gifts, and quick pack and ship services. Stop by to explore, ship, and discover something special today. A run around the right side and a first down across the 50 and down to the 47-yard line. River Saar still in the game. And he's down to the 43 of Cashton. We're brought to you by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington. And Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware, Bloomington and Platteville. Brand's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros of Brand's get the job done right for unexpected dings or major repair projects. Head to Brand's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. 1st and 10 from the Cashton 43-yard line. Picking his way down to the 40-yard line. He got hit hard. Ended up going backwards.
That's Isaac Adams, and they got about a 4-yard. Let's give it a 3-yard gain.
Russell Offices, local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, more. Russell Offices, Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. Also, WCC Brands Custom Apparel and Kieler, WCC-brands.com. Highland State Bank in Highland and HighlandStateBank.net. Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City, ColeAcresGolfandGrill.com. 2nd and 7. And another run, this time off the left side, and that'll be a first down. Down inside the 40. River Sar gets the Sutherland Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. Down to the 29-yard line. Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, appliedmicro.biz. Breckler Insurance Group for all your insurance needs. See Steve Landusky at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. Chieftains are still going at it here. 9:05 remaining, leading 35-0. And a run up the middle on first down. Obviously, we have been in running time for a while. Ainsley Tasker in the game for the first time. He's a freshman. We're brought to you by Midwest Motorsports. Visit their showroom in Kieler for parts, service, and your next ride. See their inventory at MidwestMotorsportsOnline.com. Midwest Motorsports in Kieler. 2nd and 5 coming up at the 24. Mountain City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop in at Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Learn more at MountainCityBank.com. Around the left side, down at the 20-yard line. Toward the Bitech green zone, or greener wave, Bitech Resource Management of Monroe. Adams again on the carry. Worco Transportation for employment opportunities or to plan your next getaway. Visit WorcoTransportation.com. Worco Transportation in Bloomington. It's 3rd and 1 from the 20. Pioneer Ag in Lancaster congratulates the Cassville Potosi football team on a great season. For all your hauling needs and your Dairyland seed dealer, Pioneer Ag in Lancaster. 3rd and 1, and run will get the Sutherland Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. And that gets them down to the 14 inside the Bitech green zone or Gruder Wave. Bitech Resource Management of Monroe. J&J Sandbar and Cassville proudly congratulates the Potosi Cassville football team on an amazing season. Your hard work and teamwork make the community proud because they're going to play again next week. Celebrate together at J&J Sandbar and Cassville. Run around the left side this time. And they're just getting yards in big gulps right now.
And these are all backup running backs going.
Isaiah Adams. Well, I'll tell you what's amazing. Once I get done reading these, McNett Electric and Belmont can assist you with all your electrical needs, whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call ready to help you, McNett Electric and Belmont. 6:42 remaining, 35-0 Potosi Cassville. And a fumble.
And they lost it.
Well, that's the very first Lancaster Dental Fenimore Smiles turnover. So ball goes back to Cashton at the 6-yard line, but 6:20 remaining and a 35-0 Potosi Cassville lead. Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com. Member FDIC. Midwest Motorsports. Visit their showroom in Kieler for parts, service, and your next ride. See their inventory at MidwestMotorsportsOnline.com. Midwest Motorsports in Kieler. And it certainly looks as though, well, let's see here. The Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, largest independent shoe store in the Midwest, as a pass is completed. Or it's Richardson. Christensen makes the carry. Richardson makes the stop. And that is a first down at the 25-yard line. Manitowoc Lutheran leading Cedar Grove, Belgium, 55-14 with 5:16 left. After 3, Lake Country Lutheran leading New Glarus 20-7. That's in Division 5. Darlington leading Belleville 42-14, 4:16 left in the third. Waukesha Catholic Memorial leading Mount Horeb Barneville 14-7, 1:08 left in the third. And Kenosha St. Joseph leading Coleman 34-0 with 10:46 left in the fourth. That is on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth. the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. 4:48 remaining. Run up the middle, and look at the pile go up to about the 36-yard line. And that'll move the sticks. Salvador Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down, but 4:30 remaining and 35-0 Potosi Cassville. Bruggen gets the first down. Up to the 36. Everybody in tight. That's been the formation most of the night. And a run for a first down across midfield. That's down to the 48-yard line. Midwest Motorsports, visit their showroom in Kieler for parts, service, and your next ride. See their inventory at MidwestMotorsportsOnline.com. Midwest Motorsports in Kieler. And we will have, of course, the Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones post-game show coming up in 3 minutes and 34 seconds, about. First down, Carey to the 44-yard line of Cashton. They'll make it second down and 6 yards to go. But the Chieftains, well, for the second year in a row, head to the state semifinal. And presumably, it'll be once again somewhere in the Madison area, because that's nice than half the distance, approximately, to Kenosha and to Potosi. Run down to the 34-yard line. And it'll be third down. And 2:49 remaining. Tell you this, compared to last week, we're going to be out of here a whole lot sooner. And it won't take 4 hours to get back to Platteville. Third down. A run around the right side down to the 37-yard line, which will move the sticks for a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. 2:15 remaining. Laufenberg. Zyler Carnahan, a senior, made the tackle there.
And again, a lot of subs on that. In fact, none of the starters are on the Potosi defense at this point.
Well, here is also an interesting point, and usually this is the sort of thing you say if a team is about to lose, but if you look at the roster for Potosi Cassville, look at the starters, there are not very many seniors.
No, there really aren't. I mean, the seniors are up front. That's where they've got they're big linemen, with Tobin as a senior, Bierman as a senior, Guney as a senior. So there's three big offensive linemen right there that you end up when you graduate. But Connor Emler is on the offensive line. He's a senior. Same with Robbins as a senior. So you lose a lot of linemen. It's just what can you do to replace them?
And you're not going to lose them after this week because they got another week to go. Here's a run that'll be a first down inside the Bitech green zone, a greener way, Bitech Resource Management of Monroe.
I wish he would turn his number so I could see who carried the ball.
52 seconds left, and obviously Cashton would like to dent the scoreboard in the last seconds of their season. 43 seconds left. But the Chieftains are going to go to the state semifinal, and it would certainly appear against Kenosha St. Joseph for the second year in a row.
Fumble. Snap.
Ball recovered by Cashton, but that might be a problem. 17 seconds left. If they want to get a playoff, they're not going to try.
Nope.
That's going to be it. And the Potosi Cassville Chieftains win the sectional 35-0 over Cashton. And it will be Potosi Cassville and Kenosha St. Joseph playing for a trip to state next week. And we'll be back after this on 97.7 Country WGLR.
In game 10.
This holiday season, Dwayne and the team at Dewey's Tire are thankful for so many things. They value their great customers and also the veterans that have served this country in times of war and peace. At Dewey's Tire, they know that Wisconsin weather changes quickly, and now's the time to make sure your tires are up to the challenge. They currently have a good selection of snow tires, so if you think you might need them, stop in or give them a call. Dewey's Tire on Highway 81 north of Platteville. As always, the best place to take a leak.
Steve Schmidt's Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton has unique team treasures. They have over 25,000 signed sports cards, plus autographed photos, bobbleheads, caps, signed baseballs, and more. That's Steve Schmidt's Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton.
Watch live and archived H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical and Lely Center Monroe High School sports video coverage all season on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Get the latest schedule at AM1590WPBL.com.
In game 10.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA playoff football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on 97.7 Country WGLR. And on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, Electrical, and Lely Center Monroe. Potosi Cassville, a 35-0 shutout of Cashton. The Chieftains go to the state semifinal for the second year in a row. And based on the signs in front of us, Potosi Cassville coach Mark Siegert won his 200th coaching victory tonight.
It's a special number. It really is.
All of the round numbers are special numbers.
Yeah,
yes.
well, I mean, let's face it. I'm very prejudiced because I've known the Siegert family for such a long time. But Mark is just a tremendous guy. He's a wonderful coach. And the idea of what he's done here at Potosi, you can't say enough about.
Yeah. Well, they've had two trips to state. Potosi had a trip to state in 2012. And, of course, last year, Potosi Cassville went to state. And they are one step away from going to state after their 35-0 win over Cashton. And they will take on Kenosha St. Joseph, it would appear. They are. Kenosha St. Joseph, a 34-0 win over Coleman tonight. So it'll be Potosi Cassville and Kenosha St. Joseph for the second year in a row, most likely again in the Madison area. Last year was Madison Memorial. Could be Middleton, too.
Well, I like being there. I like being at Middleton.
And a nice post-game presentation here for... And a big cheer for Coach Siegert. In 27 seasons, and independent of all the other stuff, a program I think anybody would want their son to play in, don't you?
The one thing that strikes me, and if you want to take a look at a program as how successful it is you find out how many kids within that system wants to play, want to be there. And this is a Division VII school, and you look at the quantity of kids that are out for football here, it's crazy. This is one of the programs in southwest Wisconsin that has a lot of kids out. It's not the only one. I also compliment Cuba City and Guy Kopp with the quantity of kids that he has that are participating in the program. And there's others, and I could mention others as well, but sometimes you just can't do that. There's so many. But again, my compliment to some of these coaches and the wonderful things that they've done over the years and how they honor their own kids and they do the things for them that they can. It's so positive.
35-0, Potosi Cassville beats Cashton. They will play in the state semifinal against Kenosha St. Joseph next week. The Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones postgame show after these messages on 97.7 Country WGLR.
Postgame 4 minutes.
I'm here with Kyle Wiskus from Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. Kyle, it seems like hybrids are dominating the roads, but there aren't many charging locations in Dubuque.
Agreed. Luckily, Toyota hybrids don't require plug-in charging.
The Toyota hybrid system is built to charge while the vehicle is being driven, so there's no need for plug-in charging.
What about the battery life? Should people be worried about its longevity?
Not at all. Toyota has sold over 5 million hybrids in the last 25 years. Plus, their battery warranty covers you for 10 years or 150,000 miles.
How does regular maintenance on a hybrid compare to a gas model?
Toyota hybrid vehicles require the same maintenance as gas-powered models, and oftentimes even less. For example, the hybrid model's regenerative braking charges the battery even while slowing down the vehicle, increasing the life of the vehicle's brake pads.
Wow, it seems like there are a lot of benefits in choosing a hybrid Toyota. Visit Anderson Weber in Dubuque to learn more and take a test drive today.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
And welcome back to our True Crime Podcast. Our guest today is Sean Cleary.
Wait, what? We are supposed to be doing a commercial about Cleary's storage, ag, and sports facilities.
Great point, Sean. It was a warm summer evening in 1978 when a young man with a hammer.
Whoa, again, not a true crime podcast. I want to talk about Cleary designing the building of your dreams.
In a world where things aren't what they seem.
Okay, give me that. Good grief. Visit ClearyBuilding.com today and experience the Cleary difference.
The weather can be unpredictable in the Tri-States. Tune into 97.7 WGLR and we'll keep you up to date on all cancellations and delays affecting the Tri-States. Cancellations and delays are presented by Avercamp Auto Body. This is Rose from Avercamp Auto Body on Main Street in Platteville. You can rely on us for complete and professional auto body repair services. Whether it's paint, frame straightening, glass repair, or replacement, we do it all. Avercamp Auto Body on Main Street in Platteville. Check us out on Facebook and online at avercampautobody.com.
Hi, this is Will Dunson with Dubuque Mattress. Why is a Dubuque Mattress customer a customer for life? It's simple. At Dubuque Mattress, the customer is number one. Period. The customer's happiness is the most important thing. If there is anything I can do to help you sleep better, I will. Whether it's while you're looking at a new mattress, 6 months later, or 10 years after you've purchased from us, you are still number one.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
Southwest Tech is excited to announce a new precision agronomy program designed to equip students with cutting-edge skills in agricultural technology, crop management, and data-driven decision-making. This innovative program combines classroom instruction with hands-on experience on their newly acquired 80 acres of cropland. Graduates of the precision agronomy program have a variety of career paths within Wisconsin's robust ag sector. Don't wait. Take the next step today. Learn more and apply for the precision agronomy program now at swtc.edu.
Save big money on all of your household essentials when you shop at Menards. Soften your water with Diamond Crystal Water Softener Salt. It helps your soap and detergent clean better, minimizes hard water stains, and increases the life of your appliances. Save big money on all Solar Natural Softener Salt at Menards. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Your high school postgame show is brought to you by Elena and Ben Reeves at Edward Jones, a financial service firm serving individuals and business owners.
Is your money working as hard as it should be? This is Elena Reeves with Edward Jones. If you want to provide for your children's education, reduce your tax bill, or prepare for a comfortable retirement, we need to talk. Today, more than ever, your financial security deserves the attention of full-time financial advisors. Take advantage of our years of experience. Contact financial advisors Elena or Ben Reeves at 608-348-2441 or stop by our office on Highways 80 and 81 in Platteville next to Sups Nutrition. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Prairie Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA playoff football presented by Cuba City Kieler and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on 97.7 Country WGLR and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, Electrical, and Lely Center Monroe. Potosi Cassville wins the sectional 35-0 over Cashton And the Chieftains will face Kenosha St. Joseph for the second year in a row in the state semifinal. Kenosha St. Joseph over Coleman tonight, 34-0. That will be in the Madison area most likely, and Friday night most likely.
Most likely.
What is unlikely, I guess, if you look at this game, is the extent to which Potosi Cassville took advantage of all things, problems with punts. They had one punt snap dropped that led to their first scoring drive. They had a blocked punt that led to their third scoring drive. And then they had another stuff, and that led to their fifth scoring drive.
Mm-hmm. How else can I say it, but Potosi Cassville is a very opportunistic team. Don't give them the opportunities, they'll take them, as they should. And that's one of the things that, again, the Cashton players, that isn't what they were expecting at all. They thought they had a shot at coming in and really doing something. And you know who I think about, really? I think a lot about Blackhawk Warren and the fact that they did not defeat this team, and then they saw how Cassville kind of took them apart, or Potosi Cassville kind of took them apart. And, after being in that kind of a position, and before, for where I've been with teams and that, it ends up, it makes you feel that you had an opportunity lost because you felt you should have been there or could have.
And it also makes you think about the difference between one week and another, right? Because, Blackhawk Warren knocked off Potosi Cassville a couple of weeks ago. But then Blackhawk Warren gets beat, and Potosi Cassville, at least on the scoreboard, looked pretty dominating tonight. They got the touchdowns from River Starr, 1-yard touchdown run on a 14-yard scoring drive after the first punt misadventure. That made it 7-0 Potosi Cassville with 8:10 left in the first. And then, actually, I guess you could say that the turning point really was kind of at the end of the first half, because the Chieftains got an actual drive, 54 yards in 5 plays. The touchdown pass to Ben Infield with 2:16 left in the first half. And then came the punt block. Chieftains took over with 40.4 seconds left. And 3 plays later, got the River Star touchdown, his second of the game. And so suddenly it's 21-0 at the half and not 13-0 at the half. Then the Chieftains get the kickoff to start the second half. They go 66 yards in 7 plays. That ends up with a touchdown pass to Logan Roush of 39 yards, and now it's 28-0. And then a 3-and-out, and then the Chieftains stuff another punt, and that ends up with a 21-yard scoring drive. Sarr with his third touchdown of the game, and now you're in running time in the third quarter.
Yeah. It's, I think in the case of some of the punting miscues that Cashton had, some of it I think I'm going to give a lot of credit to maybe some things that Potosi Cassville saw on some film that they might be able to take advantage of. I mean, they did put pressure on the punts, and of course they did block the one, and that's part of the reason why there was some problems. And once you are able to see that you can take advantage of something, it does have an effect on the team that you're taking advantage of.
Oh, yes. So, some interesting decisions here, because it is now time for our post-game awards, which begin with me finding the correct page of the ad reads. Here we go. Most valuable player, Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. Hermson's will be the MVP for the next project in your home. Get to Hermson's Ace Hardware, Bloomington, and Platteville. So,
I think it's tough. It's not as easy as you might think. You'd say, well, Riverside scored all of these times, and maybe he is it. Well, yeah, but I'll tell you what. If I'm going to pick anything, I'm going to say the most valuable player is the offensive line. because they opened some really nice. If they were a little slack for it to begin with, and actually maybe I should turn around and say no, the defensive line, because they're the ones that created the problems, and they totally shut down the Cashton offense.
Well, you do realize we have a West End Salvage scrapper of the game to talk about. What did Saar and White have?
Well, River Saar, I have him down unofficially for 130 yards. And again, he had probably about over 50, 60 of those yards really came in the second half when the game was kind of out of reach at that particular point. Hunter White had 100 yards. So, I mean, he's right up there as well. Of course, he did have a 60-yard run in there to help him get to that.
Yes.
But then again, at the same token, Saar had a 35-yard run to help him get up to there. So,
yes.
But I really like the defensive line as far as giving them credit for really, and I'll say players of the game, because they did shut down Cassville. I'm still thinking of the ferry. Yeah, I know, because the ferry is actually up in Lansing. So yeah. But no, they did shut down Cashton's offense.
It's time to name the West End Salvage scrapper of the game, the player whose hustle and scrappiness stood out in trying to lay the opponent to waste. Presented by West End Salvage in Lancaster.
This one's tough. There's so many people that you could point to that were really outstanding. I'm going to back up here and take a look. Do you have a suggestion that you think?
Well, if you said you liked the offensive line for MVP, although you didn't pick them, I would say the offensive line was a good pick when you have two guys who rush for over 100 yards and you have your quarterback throwing 2 touchdown passes.
Yeah, you do have to give a lot of credit there. Let's go with it.
Works for me. Drive of the game presented by Les Mack Automotive in Lancaster. Whether it's Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Ford, you can count on over 50 years of trusted hometown service, because at Les Mack you always get more from less. Now, there's really only 2 picks.
That's right.
Because there's only really 2 scoring drives that were worth the name.
I know.
When you have like 14, and 21 yards. So pick one. Second one or fourth one?
Second one.
All right, 54 yards as it turned out. You know, that scoring drive right off the bat in the second half was good too, but the 54-yard scoring drive is our pick. And the Tricor Turning Point, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today.
I'm going to go with the block punt.
Yeah.
That was the exclamation point that said, we're done.
Yes, you're absolutely right, because 2 minutes and change left, and they score to make it 13-0. All of a sudden, the punt gets blocked, and then they get another touchdown. Now it's 21-0, and yeah, your mindset's totally different when you're down 3 scores.
That's right.
At the half as opposed to 2. All right, 35-0. Potosi Cassville beats Cashton. They will play Kenosha St. Joseph for a trip to state next week.
And we'd have a final, Darlington over Belleville, 49-21.
On the Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. It'll be Darlington and Manitowoc Lutheran next week for a trip to state. And that also could be somewhere in the Madison area, possibly. And we'll have both of those games next week, we assume, on 97.7 Country WGLR and X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. In both cases, we think. We will be back with more to wrap up the Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones postgame show after these messages on 97.7 Country WGLR.
Postgame 1 minute.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-488-2594. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-488-2594. That's 800-488-2594. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Postgame 1 minute.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA playoff football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on 97.7 Country WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, Electrical, and Laley Center Monroe. Potosi Cassville over Cashton 35-0. Chieftains will get to the state semifinal for the second consecutive year again against Kenosha St. Joseph, which defeated Coleman 34-0 tonight. Also on the Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. In Division 6, Darlington beats Belleville for the second time this year, 49-21. So it'll be Darlington against Manitowoc Lutheran, which defeated Cedar Grove, Belgium, 55-14. And so that, again, presumably is someplace in the presumably will be someplace in the Madison area. Maybe we can all carpool or something.
Well, I had games out of state that I was hoping I could hear some scores on it. In my old high school in Minnesota, Fillmore Central they're playing on the same level as this up there. And Decorah, where my daughter lives, they're down in Pella, Iowa at the same level.
But that's because we don't have John Satterley chasing down those scores.
Well, I asked him he could search for it, but apparently he couldn't find them.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yes. Other scores in Division 5, Lake Country Lutheran leading New Glarus 34-21. That is in the fourth quarter. Waukesha Catholic Memorial leading Mount Horeb Barneveld 28-7. And that is in the fourth quarter. Mayville beat Amherst tonight 25-21. And I believe that is all that we have at the moment on the Shoebox scoreboard. Presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. John Satterley at Shoebox Scoreboard Central in Gratiot. Thanks to John for chasing down these scores. And
thank you, John.
Forgot to mention also that with the win tonight, Mark Siegert of Potosi Cassville has 200 coaching wins, which is a fine number. And he's got a chance at 201 next week.
You know what? I wish him good luck in that. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Yes, most definitely. We haven't heard in quite a while what the Badgers are up to, and maybe I can find that out real fast here. The Badgers playing Northern Illinois, and that is on AM 1590 WPVL, and that's not what it is. That game is probably in the...
it's got to be near the end of the game.
Yeah, you would think so, definitely. And do we have an answer? And it is 78-55, Wisconsin leading Northern Illinois, 8:18 left second half, and that is on AM 1590 WPVL. Well, we have more sports.
And we have a big game tomorrow.
We do have a big game tomorrow.
And not that we're going to be carrying it on the air, but UW-Platteville is at home against UW-Stout. And this is a big game for the Pioneers. They can hold on to this. They are still ranked in the top 20. And it could, we'll see what happens around the conference. This has been a goofy conference this year. You know, when you've had 6 teams in the conference all ranked in the top 25 in the nation, and then they beat each other up, you start wondering how in the heck can you get any ratings, and how does somebody make it into the playoffs? And it's crazy. And I'm just being as polite as I can about how crazy it is.
Wisconsin 78, Northern Illinois 53 with 8:18 left in the second half. That is on again AM 1590 WPVL. Tomorrow we have Washington and Wisconsin. Well, UW is going to win that game.
Yes, it is.
1:30 on 97.7 Country WGLR. Monday night, Philadelphia and the Packers from Lambeau Field at 5 on 97.7 Country WGLR. Also, Marquette and Wisconsin in women's basketball at 6:10 on AM 1590 WPVL. On Veterans Day, Ball State and Wisconsin, or as former UW band director Mike Leckman would call them, Fruit Jar U. That's because he was a Butler grad. 7 o'clock on AM 1590 WPVL. And then next week, football state semifinals, Darlington and Manitowoc Lutheran in Division 6, and Potosi, Cassville, and Kenosha St. Joseph in Division 7. Stations to be determined, locations to be determined on the Queen Bee Radio family of stations, and certainly we hope YouTube channel. RJ Osterhaus is our sports director. Rob Spangler is our program director. Johnny Page is our chief engineer. Tyler Dictanis, Mr. Streaming Fix-It when necessary. Thanks to Mark Siegert, Keith Oyen, and the staff at Potosi High School. Thanks to our sponsors who help us bring this game to you. And thank you for joining us. Great Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA playoff football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors is a Queen Bee Radio Sports presentation on 97.7 Country WGLR Lancaster and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical in Lely Center, Monroe. Potosi Cassville shuts out Cashton 35-0. 200 wins in the coaching career of Mark Siegert of Potosi Cassville, and the Chieftains will play Kenosha St. Joseph for a trip to state next week. From the Ayers Furniture Best Seat in the House, for Wally Trotton, I'm Steve Prestegard. 97.7 Country Nights is next. We'll be back for state semifinal football next week.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation.
The Tri-State's best variety of country. 97.7 Country, WGLR FM. Lancaster. Serving Platteville, Dubuque, Galena, and beyond.